So I'm going to be doing a Cthulhu sesh next time I go down to Bristol.
Oh.
And with Tom, I think, DMing it. And he was like, "What character do you want to play?" And I was like, "Well, I've got this lad, Father John Carver, and I'm quite liking being a brawling priest. It's quite fun." But he was like, "Well, we kind of want everyone to start like from a low level." I was like, "Fair enough." So he's got a brother, Father James Carver is his brother, who's also a brawling priest from Ireland. So I'm just gonna do the exact same character.
Well, I'm assuming that's being put on YouTube or something, right?
Don't know.
But let me know roughly what happens, and I could potentially work him into.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
Our campaign.
Crossover.
More plot points in it.
I'll probably get him killed for the storyline.
Get him killed. Yeah, fair enough. It's a one shot, right? So yeah, you're probably gonna end up perishing. I don't know why your tabletop thing has this grey. What size is your monitor?
Yeah, it's big.
Oh, it's because you've got a massive monitor.
Yeah.
Mine fits nice and snug, mate.
Yeah, so does mine. That's what I based it on. I didn't realise that it didn't scale, but oh well.
Let's get Dr. Klaus Heisler's stats up. Ready to go?
I'll go a couple minutes now. Do you want to do the what happened last time?
Sure.
Or do you want me to do it?
No, I'll do it. It's my stream. I should talk. I'm bad at that sometimes. Hang on, let me just tweet. Back with more Call of Cthulhu as we investigate this dodgy motel in it.
If I was
A
American
an American
in these days, I would never be stopping at a motel. It seems like every single bad thing in a movie in the rural Americas is always at a motel. So just catch me sleeping in my car.
I mean, at the same time, it's only really in movies. I mean,
yeah, it's a cheap filming location, isn't
Yeah.
it?
True, yeah. I'd imagine sleeping in a room for 50 cents a night. Jesus.
I mean, imagine going to a restaurant and then being like, "That'll be a nickel," and that's for breakfast or whatever.
Imagine buying a house for 1,000 quid.
No, imagine buying a
1,000
motorbike for 90 quid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
Well, it's the best one we've got. It's $90 though. Whew! Gosh, that is steep.
It doesn't even say second hand. Some of the vehicles are second hand. That one's just like a brand new motorbike.
Yeah, but it must be like a
90 quid.
fucking moped.
It's a motorcycle. What make is it?
It's not gonna be like a fucking Yokohama or whatever it's called.
No bloody.
It'll be an
clue.
American.
Okay, it is a Norton.
A Norton. What?
Norton is not a word that fills me with.
No, they're good. My
Is it just called a Norton motorbike? Is that it?
my uncle had a Norton.
On the list, it's just Norton motorcycle, $95.
Look, they are classics.
Oh, it's not really decent. Although the 1920s one, let's have a look at that first. Oh, it's a bit. Yeah, it's like a.
It looks like a really fucking juiced up bicycle, essentially.
It does. It looks like something they'd use in the army.
Yeah. Here's the Norton. I'll just show this on stream. I reckon this is the one you've got. This is the 1923.
Are we saying it does have a sidecar or?
Oh.
I mean, we could say it as a sidecar because
A sidecar would be a bad.
It would be funny.
Yeah, just say it as a sidecar.
That's the Norton right there.
Or
Nordstrom.
it's not bad, honestly. Considering people are still rocking Model Ts and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm driving a Model T. That's Klaus's car of choice.
Oh my goodness! Here's a picture.
Did we come in
How
two
can
cars
you
and a bike?
afford all this shit?
I had 1,500 to spend.
Yeah, he was rich.
Yeah, so do I.
No. You have assets of 1,500. He has 1,500 cash.
No, these are my assets of 1,500.
Oh.
It's the Clyde house, the Ford Model T car, and 165 cash in a bank account.
Here's the Norton
Why
with
not?
the 1924 with the big four Norton outfit. It's got Dad, and then 4 other people. Look at this in this bloody thing, in the sidecar. 2 kids in the. This is like a 3-part fucking sidecar on this
Okay,
thing.
now.
The squad rolling up on
The squad.
Evelyn's
Literally the lad.
Norton.
Bro, we'd be going at like fucking 5 miles per hour. That many people were.
With
Right.
Roy, the whole thing's tilted to the right side where Roy is.
There's just sparks
It's a
flying
wheel.
off as the back end is just like going against the floor.
All right, should we get to the small matter of Charlie's death?
Woo.
Ollie,
Yeah.
are you okay?
So,
Fucking hell!
Oh, there's
Fucking
Ted
hell.
done the summary.
Oh right. For those of you joining us, so we've formed a group after the previous session called the Investigatores Extraordinari, and we go off and we've had a few little investigations, but nothing big. Then we get a call from this lad about this missing. His son has gone missing from a university in Miskatonic. He was headed down to Boston or Skidport or whatever it's called, and he stayed at this motel. So we went and checked out the motel, and he had stayed here. We asked some of the other guests, and he had stayed here. This hotel's got some fucked up shit going on. Everyone's cars are broken. We're not sure why. Something fucking weird is in the lake, and there's a bunch of trap doors underneath the hotel. We're poking around trying to find some clues, and Charlie the Schnoz McLean has fallen face first into some kind of zombified lad, and the zombified lad is the lad we're looking for. So we're fucked. Essentially, Charlie is going to have to fight for his life. Here we go.
right. So, just to.
Also, it was a quad critical fail, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
He
was like.
fucking
it was
rolled
just
rolled
about the
back.
worst
Massive
roll
fumble.
we've ever seen.
So, like you said, Charlie is currently in a tussle with James, and Evelyn is in the crawl space behind, well, where Charlie was before he fell down. Roy is in room 8, I think it was. Which room did we go in? Room 8, I think it was.
Yeah, I'm roommate.
Yeah.
He was waiting just to make sure stuff doesn't go down inside the room. Father John and Klaus are in reception talking to William Brophy, one of the motel owners, and Sarah Bonner and Jacob Trent are currently holed up in room 1 after the lads told them to stay put. Okay, so first of all, Greg, I'm going to need you to do a sanity roll quickly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro!
Okay, and then I'm going to need you to roll a D3.
Where the fuck's a D3?
You might just have to
roll a
roll.
D6 and halve it.
Slash roll D3, mate.
You could do roll. 3.
Okay.
What on? What on?
Yeah.
So
Is that -3 sanity?
yeah.
Cool.
So
Greg, you're
basically,
popping off, mate.
I'm getting the bad rolls out the way, boys.
as you've fallen down face first onto James Fraser, you recognise him as James, obviously from the photo that Gerald gave you at the start of the investigation. But he's gone to essentially attack you as you've fallen down on top of him. But the thing that really freaks you out, on top of the fact that you've essentially discovered a person kind of hiding underneath the motel, is the fact that his body, his flesh, is stone cold, like he's been dead for some time now. So the fact that you've kind of you're obviously touching him and he's super cold, and it freaks you out big time.
Yeah.
So we're going to start a
Combat.
little combat here. So this is the first time I've used the thing for this, so bear with me a second.
Vampires.
Right.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just struggling with a cold.
You and me both.
Oh.
I'm on the tail end of it now, though.
How long did it take?
About a week and a bit, maybe.
Mm.
I've got a pretty rough one, but like whenever you get a cold at uni, it's just like 10 times worse because it's passed around about 50 people.
Sorry, one sec.
Is Call of Cthulhu hard to understand? Seems a pretty straightforward system.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's
I think
my first like RP thing in this, and I like get it pretty completely.
I think one thing that really helps is, I know it seems maybe silly to have this many skills and all the rest of it, but I think it makes it easier to know what you're good at and to give you ideas for what to do. When you're like, oh, well, I'm actually pretty good at persuading people, let's try that, you know. And it sort of gives you some tips, if you like, of how to investigate by just looking at the skills and giving you some idea of what you can do. And I just think, in general, I like the setting. You can relate to it a bit more, because with fantasy stuff, there's so much world building you have to do to establish what kind of fantasy world this is and all the rest of it. It's much easier to say you are in a motel, because everybody knows what a motel's got and can
nice
guess.
jump, Alistair.
The 3 Aristarchus are just resubed for 5 months.
Sorry, you cut out there. You peaked.
Yeah,
You're
completely.
in a mystical tavern with fluttering butter beers swirling around. Do you feel at home?
A butterfly
you're in a
brings
motel,
you
mate.
a beer. Yes. The fairy queen drops her eyebrows and winks at you. Okay. Well, what does she look like? Well, she's a fairy queen. Okay. Could you be more specific? She's wearing a hat.
She bosoms Buxley.
Bosoms Buxley? Wow.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
God. Well, let's never do a fantasy role-playing session by the sounds of it. I have wanted to do some classic D&D with the lads, because I just fucking love it. The combat is just so much fun with the spells and magical shit. It's fun.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, sorry. It was just kind of slightly bugged.
I like the moving misty green stuff in the background. They didn't need to animate it, and they have. I hadn't really noticed it until now.
Right. Okay. Right, so we start with, what's your deck? 70. Okay, so you're going first, Greg.
Yes, Greg.
Right.
Yeah.
So, staying true to RP, so I'm in the mind of Charlie the Schnoz McLean right now. I'm gonna panic and fire 3 quick shots at the reanimated corpse.
I thought you'd take a picture of them.
You could probably. I'll probably try and let you. You didn't have your gun out going down through here, right? So you would have to draw your gun, and so we'll do it with a penalty die, because you have to try and, while he's grappling you, pull it out and then push it against his body.
Yeah.
So if you do me a.
But it's point blank, so that gets cancelled out, right?
No, not in this case, because it's within melee range. So yeah, you wouldn't get a bonus for this, because he's just literally on top of you, so it's way too hard.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yeah. So multi shots. We'll do point blank. Do point blank range. Actually, we'll say it's point blank, just to make it a bit.
Man is sensing this fight is going to go.
I'm just doing that, am I? Oh wait.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Just go for it like this. That's
fine. Is that right?
What's happened here?
You should need to press shoot, right? You've targeted a dummy. Let me do it for you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You need to just, I think.
A dummy? He shot himself then. Lol. Oh, it's had a malfunction.
Where's
Okay.
this
Oh,
fight
no,
really
you've done it.
happening?
Yeah, you've done it. Okay, so, so you fired one, and on the last shot, the gun's jammed, essentially. So if you
you
roll,
fumbled with 100.
roll
Everything's
damage,
coming
then.
up, Charlie.
That's so unbelievable.
Roll damage.
Is damage D4?
It should just say roll damage there,
2, right?
but yours
roll
is.
damage, yeah.
How are you doing this thing, man?
No, I'm doing this somehow.
No, how's this come up? Like, what's great click?
So basically, he needs to press. He clicks on the gun, and then it will say.
In his
You're not
inventory.
selected. Yeah, and then it say you're not selected. You won't not. Sorry, you haven't selected a target. It's because we're not using like tokens on the board. So, and then you basically have a dummy, and you shoot, and then we just we do that.
He's hit for
So-
5 points of damage.
Okay.
Do we hear these shots?
Yeah.
Really?
So
I'm thinking it's pretty far underground.
no.
No.
The floor is thin, and remember that Sarah, especially could hear things moving underneath. So,
Which
Yeah,
ro-
but,
which
like,
room is
well,
this taking place
She
in?
could hear things
This is
going on
underneath
underneath.
5.
as in
this
the
is
original
underneath
pa-
5.
Right, so
In the original passage.
remember that-
I'm way far
But
down
Greg,
now.
this passageway
You're not
is
far-
not
you're not way far
underground. It's suspended from the
Yeah.
floor of the raised house.
Yeah.
So this motel is on stilts. There's like a
Yeah,
little
but,
wooden thing here, and now where? I mean, the most you've fallen
Okay.
is a few
No,
feet.
but I thought I'd fallen down another track.
no,
door
right,
that took
go-
me actually underground.
Go to the Mind Palace. Go to the Mind Palace. I'll show you.
Ooh, I
what's-
want to
what's
see
going
this. Woo!
This is the floor with people on. Let's say
That's a
Klaus.
person. Yep.
Klaus and company are here, right? There's a crawl space that's directly underneath the thing, which is where Evelyn is, pretty much. And essentially where you are is where's like that trapdoor here. There was a box here with this lad in.
No, I get all this, but where is the layer of where is Earth? Where is ground level?
So at this point, it would be basically this is on the ground now. So
Right,
this
so-
is
oh,
so the house
so
is
the
on
crawl
the house
space
is on
was-
stilts.
The crawl space was still suspended above the ground.
Yes,
That is
because it's
pretty
attached
interesting.
to the floor, isn't it?
Yeah, it's attached to the floor and the whole thing's on stilts. So this bit here is basically the only bit.
I see. I thought the crawl space area was stilted,
No.
and then I was in an actual underground section.
No.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all done anyway. This is all moot. Continue.
Yeah. Well, it's just to make you know, understand.
Yes.
So okay, I'm gonna run out.
Ooh.
Oh.
And Greg, you need to roll your brawl.
Yeah.
Go on, son.
Oh.
That's a dagger.
Yep, but you brawl with a dagger.
It's fine. It's fine. All right.
He's
Yeah.
got a gun in one hand and a dagger in the other.
Dagger
Roll
between
damage.
his teeth.
Yeah.
No rapier.
Critical. 3.
So, James is trying to sort of go for you, but the thing is that because he's unarmed, it's kind of hard to really get that sort of momentum to dish out damage. So he's just kind of squirming about, almost trying to push you off him at this point after you've shot him. So he's kind of now trapped underneath you, and yeah, you manage to
I'm just
when
knifing
he
away.
when he tries to sort of
Bro.
give you a bit of leverage, and he's trying to push you up a bit to get a bit more room so he can maybe land a few blows. You've managed to get him right in the ribs with the old.
Bearing in mind we are meant to be
with the old
rescuing
dagger.
this lad, so I mean,
Yeah.
we could kill him, or we
We're
could
fucking killing him.
try and subdue him.
This is
dead
about what
either way.
Charlie would be doing in this
He's
situation.
dead either
And
way.
I think Charlie would be murdering this guy like anyone else.
Fuck yes.
Oh,
man.
this is
I'm
going to be a
killing
tricky
this
explanation to the dad. Why is he full of bullet holes and knives? And why does he have an impression of a nose on his face?
So after Charlie shoots 3 bullets at James.
Wait, is he dead?
No.
Okay.
Klaus and John were talking to William Brophy, trying to distract them a bit. William hears the shots coming from underneath the floorboards, the muffled shots, and he kind of looks towards their source, sort of at the ground, and then looks back at Klaus and Father John. For a split second, there's silence, absolute silence, and in a swift movement, he turns around, he pulls the shotgun off the wall from behind him, and he's now aiming it at you and Father John and Klaus.
Well, what?
Will it? And he's basically sort of really irate. He's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have looked into us. You know, you should have stayed away." And he's now got the shotgun pointed right at you, pretty much point blank, because you're on the other side of the reception desk.
I'm going to attempt to persuade him not to shoot us. There's no need for violence now. We've come here looking for a missing boy. You don't need to shoot at us. We're not armed. I'm pretty sure I'm not armed. Hold on. I am not armed.
Ignore the knuckle dusters.
Ignore the knuckle dusters. I'm slipping on as
Well,
we
they're
speak.
in my pocket. I'm not putting my hands in my pocket.
So, as you're trying to persuade William Brophy, let's give us a roll. Actually, give me a hard persuade roll.
So how do I do hard? Roll difficulty hard.
Yeah.
Roll. Hacha!
Nice.
Yes, dead.
So William basically agrees with you. He's like, "Yeah, we're not going to kill you, but you're going to come with us." And Robert walks out of the
Knew it.
Oh, you
Knew it.
fucker.
and he's not walking great. He's a bit sort of hunched over, a bit decrepit, but he's walking. So they basically are forcing you to walk back out of the reception. He's got the shotgun pointed at you. You don't know if Robert is armed, so essentially they're going to try to lead you somewhere or force you to go somewhere.
Interesting.
So if we quickly go back to...
Is the other lad armed? Like, visibly?
You don't know.
We don't know.
Not visibly.
Okay.
He doesn't have anything in his hands, but
Okay.
he's got a jacket on, so it's possible that he might have a holster with a pistol or something to it.
I'm
So-
in a fucking wheelchair at the end of the list.
Charlie, I'm going to need you to do another combat round here.
Meanwhile, Evelyn just AFK right next to
Yeah, I
Charlie.
mean, if there's anything, Evelyn, you want to do,
Bosh!
bear in mind this has only been
Nice.
about
Fuck
10
you.
seconds, so
Extreme success.
Right, do I... Oh, critical and impale. The game is
Yeah.
auto-selected for me.
yep. Basically, if you roll an extreme, you hit like an artery.
You alright, mate?
He's fucking dead. He better be dead.
He's not dead.
What?
Bear in mind, he is already dead.
Bear in mind, he is already, at this point, you assume dead. So it's not like he's a living geezer. So you get a crit. So basically, like I said, that means you've essentially hit an artery or some sort of vital organ, which is what that means.
What about his
So-
brain? Just
Or his brain,
kill the
yeah.
zombie.
Well, you can describe how you do it. You don't kill him though, but you have done a lot of damage.
After my last blow, I pull the knife out of his chest, and he jolts his head up in pain, and my knife crushes into his skull, and I push down into the floor.
Jesus.
There you go.
Yeah. So he reels from this, and he's lying down. There's still a bit of life left in him, but he's pretty much taken out for the count at this point. At least that's what it looks like. Evelyn, Evelyn or Roy, do you want to do anything at this point?
What do I hear?
Roy, you vaguely hear the gunshots coming from the sound echoes through the crawl space, so you do hear that something's happened in the crawl space, and we imagine Evelyn probably reacted as well. So you can hear the splinter of wood from the trapdoor as well. So yeah, you know something's gone on down there.
Evelyn's shining her torch down the trapdoor to see if she can see anything, and calls out to Charlie if he's okay.
I think Roy would also call out to both of them.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I convey to Roy that Charlie's fallen down the trapdoor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Charlie
But do you have any idea? Does Evelyn have any idea what's going on down there?
No. Well, unless I see something with my torch.
She could look down if she wanted. She could peer past the sort of wreckage of the trapdoor and peer down to see essentially Charlie and James sort of covered in dust and muck and wood, brawling it out,
if you will.
So, but bear in mind, obviously, this is taken so far roughly about 15 seconds, so there's not been much time to react to it. Back at the reception, Father John and Klaus, you've been escorted outside of the motel.
Yeah.
And you've been sort of ushered away around the side of the reception towards kind of the pier. Basically, you're now at the pier, sort of more like outside the workshop, bottom of the workshop stairs near the pier.
Okay.
And William is basically behind you and Klaus with the shotgun, and Robert's in front, leading you towards some place you don't know yet. Okay, so
Klaus, do you speak Spanish?
Who's this?
Klaus, habla español?
9.
Shit. We should have all picked an obscure language to not Spanish, but something more obscure that we knew. Do I know any Latin? You know Latin, don't you?
I know Latin.
I would know a bit as a Catholic priest.
You have your character sheet, bro. You can't just say I would.
I know own. My own language is Latin.
Oh, okay. Or Latin's just going to be like.
So you know Spanish. So the thing is that you can do a vague know check, which means if you speak in extremely basic terms of another language that is sort of related to your own. In this case, we would use Spanish because I think it's closer to English than German. There is a potential that you could convey extremely basic information, just by sort of the fact that you've lived long enough. You picked up a tiny bit of Spanish.
I've got
really...
90 intelligence, and I'm
but
a Catholic priest. Wouldn't I know a little bit of Latin, enough to say mass?
You got to put some points into it, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
we can try it on Latin because my Latin is, I'd say, reasonable.
Mine is non-existent. What about
where are languages?
Where languages? It comes under
It's under language.
Comes under.
Yeah. I see. I haven't put anything into anything.
I thought
I specifically
spoke Latin.
I specifically put points into Latin though.
So I've got 60 history. What if I could use my history skill to remember a Latin phrase? A famous one. Yeah, it would.
Okay, Achilles est in horto.
What?
I mean, I might have an
try with. Yeah, sorry,
I mean, I feel like I have a way around this language thing. In that Evelyn has just shouted down to me, and I could say, "Evelyn, don't worry, I've subdued him. He's almost dead."
What does that do with that?
Sorry, what?
Tell Roy to check on the others.
What? No, because you don't know. You don't know
we're being metagaming. This is so bullshit.
Fuck up.
Fuck off for that shit.
Right,
No, if you heard how much noise I was making, I knew the others.
How's your read lip skills, Ted?
No, Greg. If I heard
One.
shit going on with you, I would not be going to check on other people. I'd be waiting for you.
I think we have to abandon the
Shit.
secretly communicate idea.
You
Alright.
could
Tempted to
try
just
it in
fucking
Spanish.
YOLO it.
You could
We
try
could
it
we
in
could
Spanish,
YOLO a bit of
but
Spanish.
All right,
but
let's
I
YOLO
will
some
say
Spanish.
there's a chance. There's a chance that they
He
understand
misunderstands me. All right, how
There's a-
about if I tell you, Munt, what I want to say, we do the roll, and
Yeah.
then you can tell him whatever you want. Like, can we do hidden rolls?
Yeah, you can. Let me see.
I'm a bit worried
So-
about where he's going to take
Before
us.
fucking Robert spent 3 years on a secondment in Spain.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah, we're at the shotgun point of a madman. He's just gonna hear us talking in Spanish and not do anything about it.
But I-
me llamo Roberto.
I can have a go at knocking this lad out, and you push the other lad into the water. Like, that's what I'm...
I reckon I
So-
can handle the cripple.
Class, what's your strength again?
Right.
Not relevant.
Just take him with you. Just both of you jump in.
Okay. Well, first of all, if you want to do this, you both have to make education. You both have to pass education rolls.
Okay.
So, first and foremost,
Where's education,
You know what?
Mando?
Fuck it. Let's
it's right at
let's
the
go
top.
with this
It's one
dumb
of your stats.
Let's go with
It's one
this.
of your
Oh,
stats.
okay.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Okay. You got
Wow!
Yes.
a critical success.
Alright,
I am the
Ted,
most educated man on earth.
Ted, can you match that?
Nope!
I'm a
Fucking
right with this dollar.
dog. Oh,
Okay, so-
God.
Okay, so what we'll say is Father John speaks his Spanish poorly, but because Klaus is actually a legit god at Spanish, apparently, he. Okay, well, you go ahead and say what you wanted to say to him in Espanol.
On 3, you rush the other guy, and I'm gonna punch this lad with the shotgun. Otherwise, I think they're gonna chuck us in the water.
Okay, so we'll distill that down, and basically you're trying to say that you want him to.
I want Klaus to charge
Yeah.
the other lad who's near the pier, and I'm gonna, because I mean,
Okay.
I'm figuring while we've been walking round the
Yeah.
house, I could have easily put my hands in my pockets, slipped on my trusty brass knuckles, and I'm gonna take a swing at the shotgun lad and just hope to God he doesn't blow me away.
You're gonna have to sleight
Okay.
of hand that, I'm pretty sure.
Right, so. So let's say.
Lads, this guy does have a shotgun. Let me just remind the lads.
Yeah, but equally, you know, he might be slow on the draw.
Believes that he'll
Okay,
shoot
so I will
John and
say-
not me.
I will say, so obviously there is a reason why they haven't just killed you. So I will obviously what you do is completely up to you, but William has essentially one or both of you squarely in his sights.
All
with a
right, this
shotgun.
isn't worth it. All right,
In-
I'm changing my Spanish to
In
don't
point
do
blank.
anything, Klaus. This is too dangerous.
If I've wasted my crit to one
It
roll
was
on them,
such a
don't
good
do
roll.
anything.
That was you educatedly cut me off and said, 9! Don't do anything, you
Exactly.
fucking
Okay, well,
idiots.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're trying to convey to Klaus that that you want to try pull something off on the Brophy brothers, but his insane interpretation of your muddled Spanish, he instantly gets what you're trying to do, and he replies, telling you not to.
Don't be a damned idiot.
not to do it.
No loco, Padre.
So as you pass the workshop, you notice that the door is actually open to the workshop. The padlock is off, and you can hear noises coming from inside the workshop. As you pass it, you're now sort of around the middle flight of stairs in the motel bit here. So we go back to Charlie. So James is now essentially incapacitated.
Sorry, where is
He's-
Roy in all this?
Roy's in room 4.
All I've heard is Greg having a fucking fight downstairs, so I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
Um,
Definitely not going down that tunnel.
And I can't see you either.
Yeah.
Wait, what room did you say?
The two civilians might be able to see you.
He's in
Is there
room
a
4.
room 8. We're in room 8. I thought we were in.
Yeah, we're in room 8.
Yeah.
So I can't see what's going on, but the lads are in room 1.
Yeah.
Can you not? There is a window.
No. So you are underground, Greg, remember?
Yeah,
You're,
I am. But
Greg,
Roy
you're
isn't.
underground.
Yeah, but look
You're
at that
underground.
window. It's not
so if you
facing
can't-
the workshop, is it?
They're at
No, but
the,
you're
sta-
at the middle. You're at the middle
stairs.
set.
They're in the middle stairs, yeah. So they've
Oh,
still
are they?
got a few. They've still got a few meters to go before they kind of enter Roy's potential peripheral vision if he's looking out.
Did
the
I
window.
hear the attempted Spanish?
Make a hard listen roll. and
Donde
we'll see.
es el gordo, Roy?
Make a hard listen roll. We'll see if you heard it.
Which one is on the list? Where's the listen? Oh, there it is. Come on, Roy. This is your time. Oh, yes, Roy!
Woo!
So as Greg is shoving this knife into James's poor little noggin, there's a brief period of silence, and you can very vaguely hear voices coming outside of the room, sort of, yeah, more to the left, but you can hear a couple of voices just for a couple of seconds, and then you can't hear anything again, but some disturbance outside.
I'm just gonna, I'll just take a quick peek just to see what's happening.
Okay. So you look out, Remate, and it's dark, but the light is kind of illuminating in a circle around the motel. And if you sort of press your face to the glass, you can kind of see a bunch of figures walking essentially towards you or towards the end of the motel, in the half in the light, half in the dark. And you recognize one of those people is Father John, and the other one is William Brophy, but you don't see the other two people involved.
Can we see Roy peering out the window with his big mug?
No. Give me a hard spot hidden
Oof.
on both of you.
Spot the hidden Roy. Oh, I'm
What are you guys gonna do when you spot me, though?
Yeah, I'm not.
Shout,
the plan?
Roy, help! Oh, I
Roy!
didn't see
Roy,
him.
come and save us. What was it? Spot hidden.
I don't even know if this
I'll-
is the best. call.
I'll point you out to...
I'm not yelling.
our
I'm not
captor.
speaking up at all. Okay, we don't see.
I'll
it,
say,
it's fine,
look,
yeah.
you've missed Roy. He's right there. Get Roy too. That's what I'm going to say. No, I'm not.
That's more of a Klaus kind of play.
Yeah.
From what I see, Munt, does it look like they're just normally walking, or
No,
I don't
you
think
can
it's the same?
see the shotgun. You can see William's
Okay.
got the shotgun pointed at Father John. You can't quite see Klaus.
Oh, it's pointed at Father John. Maybe I do make a play.
He's in the darkness, and Robert is a bit further up ahead, but you can't see him because again he's sort of just gone past the ring of light essentially. So you know he's there, but you don't know who it is.
Right.
So right, Charlie. Like I said, James is essentially incapacitated at this point.
So I can leave him, basically.
You could theoretically leave him, or you could finish him
Your
off.
handcuffs.
But that's a good point. Do you have handcuffs on you, Greg?
No.
Um,
But it's not
does
like he's
Evelyn?
fucking- it's
Does
not like
anyone?
it's not like he's going anywhere, so... Someone...
So-
I think Father John has handcuffs, does he not? Well, there are some in the boot of the car.
Yeah. So what you do here is up to you. You can essentially you think that based on how he's lying there, he's got that dagger in his brain, and there's a really sort of disgusting, slightly black blood oozing out of him. He's still kind of semi-conscious, not really aware of you at this point. So you reason that you could leave him for the time being.
I'm gonna leave him for the time being. I'm gonna go back up. I'm gonna go back up to the room and tell Roy and Evelyn what's happened.
Okay. So yeah. So then the two of you basically back your way up, and you make your way out the crawl space, and now three of you are standing in room 8.
Sorry, what's have they walked past me, the other guys?
So at this point, if you look at the map,
Yeah.
They're basically in between the two stairs at the moment.
So I couldn't make a move for. They're not walking past my door.
Not right now. No, they're not on the landing. They are essentially between the lake and the motel, and they're on the ground going around the shore of the lake as it stands.
Right. I think I have no choice but to not engage. So I will inform the lads of what I've seen.
Yeah, we'll be regrouping soon. So.
But I'm probably gonna. I'm definitely pretty shocked at Greg's story.
Yeah.
Are you voluntarily doing a sanity check?
I think so. I think that's only fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
you've also forced Miles to do one as well.
Well, I know Miles is a strong guy.
So the thing is with sanity checks is that it's usually based off actual visual or auditory cues. So someone relaying information to you, you'll understand it, and potentially if you then witness it, it becomes more like reality. Like with the fish creatures, you see the dead ones and they sort of revolt you, but then actually seeing the live ones and understanding that it's reality is usually what incurs the sanity check. So you can believe Greg when he says that James Fraser is kind of like almost like a corpse. Until you basically touch him or see him yourself, you won't really sort of get a penalty to sanity. The sanity, yeah.
Was James the only thing in that room?
In the underground bit?
Yeah.
It's just a coffin, wasn't it?
Yes, it was basically just a plain box. It was like a coffin. It wasn't actually a coffin, but it was essentially a crate with James just lying in, and there was nothing else. It was basically just him.
Now what do we do?
Well,
so yeah, at this point
we've got to formulate a plan to.
Well, have I made it back to room 8 yet?
Get the lads.
So the three of you in room 8, Klaus, Father John, and the Brophy brothers are basically outside where room 7 is, against the shore of the lake, moving around to room 8 and then down towards the south part of the lake at this point.
Can I point out?
Yeah, absolutely.
To the boys, and if they could spot him, that's that. I presume they don't need a roll for that. But...
Can I take a second to unjam my pistol?
Yep, and you can reload as well if you want to.
Sure. Do I have to roll to unjam my pistol?
No, you don't. It just if you're not in combat, it doesn't count as a sort of time sensitive thing. You can do it on your own time, but you need to make sure you deduct the bullets from your stash if you've got.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So this is real time. So Klaus and Father John, you're now passing room 8. You're passing the east end of the motel, and bunch of boats lying down sort of near the pier. You are now heading towards a large group of hemlock trees that are sort of on the shore of the.
What are the chances that I could just leg it? As we get near the corner of the building, just leg it so I can lose him around the corner and just.
You do have a death wish.
So the where you are now is if we mind palace this.
My mind palace is going to say, "Do not do anything stupid."
Yeah, no, this is poor.
So if you think if the lake is kind of like this, and the motel is like this.
I thought we were really close to the motel, and I could just leg it round here.
You guys have gone around the hotel like this, and you're now here, along the shoreline.
I got you.
And
he took us the long way, basically.
Yeah, because
it don't matter.
Something to do with the workshop, possibly. So you're now there, and the lads are still in the hotel room.
Okay.
Right, boys, we need to get a plan to get our boys back.
Or we could check out the workshop while they're gone.
Brilliant. Thanks, Miles.
Bait them for loot.
Yeah, I mean...
This is like when I just dipped on Cine.
No, I mean they're walking past us, right? So
they're not walking at a particularly fast pace. So were you to investigate the workshop, you would probably have around 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes absolute max before you might lose them in the gloom. So you've got a very short amount of time where you could theoretically.
I think we can kill these.
How about the schnoz tracks them and leaves a trail behind him, and we can track that hopefully.
Well, my stealth is decent.
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
I give it a time. Right, Evelyn, let's head out.
I mean, I do think we can just fucking kill them. It was 5 versus 2.
Look, yeah, but it's putting Father John's life.
The issue,
and Klaus's life in
the issue is, Greg, is that you could, as 5, you almost certainly could take 2, but definitely one of you will die. Klaus or Father John will basically get killed by a shotgun.
What do you mean? Oh, really? Have you seen a shotgun before?
Bear in mind, the shotgun does like 4d6 damage, so it will essentially domi at least one of the lads, and then you've got a.
It will cut me in half.
Yeah, and then there's a chance that he kills the other. So.
Yeah, I've never played.
Depends how much you like Klaus and Father John, really.
I've never played, anything like this, so I don't know the damage limitations.
It's fair.
It is just a shot. I think it's fair. It's a shotgun at that range.
Shotgun within 10 yards. It's basically guaranteed to kill someone.
That's cool. I'll track them then while you guys go in the workshop.
Okay, so we're okay with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. You watch Father John and Klaus and the Brophy brothers pass by room 8. They're kind of slowed down by Robert, who's not in his wheelchair, so he's kind of ambling along. So they're not walking at a full, proper walking pace, just slightly slower than walking pace. So, like I said, you think that you've got around 2 or 3 minutes, realistically, to check out the workshop before you want to maybe try and get back to Charlie, who's going to try and track them. So, Charlie, it's up to you when you want to try and open the door to follow them. If you want to do it earlier, will require you to do a harder strength check. If you want to wait a bit so they've gone on, that gives them a tiny bit more time, but you're more likely to pass the stealth check. For stealth.
For stealth.
So if you do it as soon as they've passed, essentially as soon as they've passed the door, if you try it then, you'll obviously have more time, and give Evelyn and Roy more time to search the workshop. But you're more likely to fail because they're closer to the door, so they're more likely to hear you. Or you could wait a bit, wait for them to go on to their destination. It'll give them less time to sort of search the workshop.
Yeah,
but
so
you're more likely to part.
You're basically saying I'll get a bonus dice if I let them go on a bit further.
Well, you'll roll a regular stealth check if you're if they're a bit close, hard if they're really close, and if you let them go a bit further away, you'll just pass automatically.
Okay. Oh shit. Right, well I can't risk it. I'll have to let them go far on.
So you basically watch out the window as they get to the edge of the gloom, and they're now approaching the tree line. You can still make them out, but you use this time to just slip out the door, leave the door open for Roy and Evelyn, and you kind of just crouch, sort of like half crouch, and make your way, not directly behind them, but sort of around the side, so you can get a bit of a view on what they're up to. So, Evelyn and Roy, now's your chance to shine.
Right, so we're gonna head into the workshop.
Okay. So you basically kind of dash towards the workshop, and the door is wide open. And as you walk in, you see obviously that the windows have been barred from the inside. At the back of the workshop, sort of taking up a third of the space, there's a white sheet that essentially splits the entire room. So there's like a third of the room behind it, and 2/3 of the room are in front of it where you're standing now. The whole thing's around 20 feet by 15 feet. It's extremely dark at the moment, so the only thing that's really letting light in is this like almost the sort of silhouette of a door, an open door behind the white sheet, and the light from that room is penetrating inside this room. So it's still dark, but you can vaguely see what's around you.
Haven't you get a torch out?
I'll get the torch out.
So you got the torch. Okay. So as you go in, to the left, there's a bunch of cardboard boxes, about 5, and there's a sinister wooden table pressed against the right wall, which is long enough to essentially have a person on it, and it has leather restraints.
Oh my
on either
god,
side.
he's gonna bondage us to death!
The arms and the legs.
We're already heading somewhere else. We're going to the private sex shack.
So, other than the table, there's just like a small chest of drawers with some random bits and bobs, stuff that's actually workshop related, a few tools. And the cardboard boxes, that's all there is in this first little section. And then obviously there's that white sheet behind.
Is there nothing in the cardboard boxes?
You can have a look through the cardboard boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just see if there's anything. I'm gonna sort of like shove them, see if there's anything heavy in any of them.
They're not heavy, but they do have weight. So there's obviously something inside. A couple of them are already open.
I'll just check all the open ones.
Yeah. So basically, there's a bunch of random clothes and some jewelry and stuff like that. Can you give me a regular spot hidden?
Both of us. Or just
Yes.
doesn't
Just
matter.
Well done, Roy, mate.
Roy, so as you're just ruffling through this cardboard box, there's a jacket, and you see the label on the back of the jacket has the name A. Hickey in ink written on the.
Oh shit! It's fucking
written on the label.
Aslan Hickey or whatever his name is.
Abraham.
Abraham Hickey.
Abe.
My name's Abe Hickey.
And then, so other than that, there's jewelry with names on like JS and other acronyms and things you don't quite recognize. But yeah, it seems to be essentially people's belongings.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna. I might grab Abe Hickey's jacket just to show to good old.
Yep.
What's his face? Jacob
Trent.
So I'll just stow that away somewhere. And then I think is that it? It's just cardboard boxes and a table.
It's the cardboard box. There's the
And the
table
door.
with the leather restraints, and then there's that white sheet that's essentially blocking off the back.
Right. Well, I think we got no choice here, Evelyn.
Let's
Roy
go.
is just gonna fucking get in there and just tear it down.
Sure. So you basically you're gonna just shove the whole thing, just pull the whole thing to one side. It's on like almost like a curtain rail, basically. So you put it aside, and there's another wooden table opposite where the door, where the light is coming from, and it's filled with all these bizarre jars filled with yellow fluid and these strange metallic needles that are kind of just floating in the jar, alongside a pair of thick green rubber gloves. There's also next to the table there's 2 large crates adjacent, pushed against the wall. So if you're looking straight ahead, there's the 2 crates against the right-hand corner of the wall, the little table with all the jars in the middle, and then a door heading out, essentially into room 5. You can guess that. To your left.
Right. I'm gonna try and crowbar the crates open.
Okay. So, and Evelyn, was there anything that you wanted to do? You're just watching.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay. So you go to crowbar the lid, Roy, and it turns out that the crate was already open. The moment you open the crate, a incredibly half-deceased man essentially bolts upright and grabs your arm.
No, this is insufferable.
Fucking hell, Evelyn.
And at basically a single
Careful,
second,
Roy.
a single second
Look
after
out,
this
Roy.
this shambling corpse has grabbed you, the lid to the other crate starts getting pushed off, and what you can tell is essentially a woman, a deceased woman, also gets up. So Roy, I need a sanity roll from you.
Yeah. Yes, Roy. Yes.
Okay, so you still need to roll a d3 for me.
Not bad, Roy. Not bad.
Yeah, so you lose 2 sanity. Like I said, it's the same with Charlie. In fact, it's stone cold, and it's clearly it's not so far gone in terms of being sort of rotten away that it couldn't pass off as human, but it's obviously dead. So you lose a bit of.
Hang on, sorry, about the sanity checks business.
Yeah.
Greg failed his.
Yeah.
But I took the same penalty.
Oh, hang on, I didn't realize you. Sorry, no, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I thought you failed. That's my bad. You lose 1, not 2.
Okay.
Apologies. And yeah, so now we are going to start combat for you two. So these creatures at the moment, they're both sitting in these crates. They were essentially lying down. Now they're both essentially just sitting upright. They're bizarre kind of naked humanoids. They were obviously human at one point, but where their heart was, there's a giant hole in their chest, and you can essentially see through this hole where their heart was, and there's all manners of like red lines coming from this hole spreading out across their body. Their hair is like limp and dank, and they're covered in grime, like they've been dead a fair while.
Right.
So let's have a quick check at the old. So who's got the highest dex between you two?
Who's that Pokemon?
Evelyn's got 65. Roy's got 4. Right. So Evelyn, you're going first here.
All right, I'm gonna draw my pistol and make 3 quick shots at the woman.
Okay.
Off to the side of Roy.
So based off where you are now, you're in the entrance, and the crate covers half of the woman essentially. So you'll have a bonus die for being in point blank range, a penalty for it being 3 shots, and another penalty for essentially she's in cover. You can only target the top half of her torso here and her head. So you'll have to roll with 1 penalty die. Multi-shots disadvantage. And point blank range. You should be able to click disadvantage here.
I can't.
Okay, so I can do it like that. So multi-shots, -1. Okay, you should be able to do it like that. You should be able to shoot more than.
You can add shots to it at that last.
Oh, sorry, I think I accidentally did it. Try again. Yeah, you should be able to add shots. If not, I can try for it here. Multi-shot, disadvantage, point blank range, and then you should be able to add shots on top of that. If not, I can roll for it.
Uh,
No, it's okay. I'll see if I can figure it.
oh, I see. I see.
You
where I
have to
fucked up.
click the yeah. Okay.
Oh, Evelyn.
Okay.
Mm.
You got one success. I'll roll damage. Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. So yeah, you fire off 3 quick shots at the woman, the female. We'll say corpse, a female corpse, and you essentially hit her right in the shoulder with your first shot. The other shots go kind of over her head and into the back of the wall. Roy?
Roy's gonna try and break free and get out of it.
Okay. So roll me a fighting maneuver. So
What the fuck is that?
So if you click on yourself and then it should be under when you hit bare fists and you go proceed. I mean it's the same as brawl.
Go on myself.
It's the same as brawl actually. So
Bare
you just
fists.
wanna
Wait, what happens? So if I click on bare fists, I get this pop up. Oh,
Yeah.
What do I do with that then?
then you say it will say that there's no target, so you need a dummy. Just say yes to that.
There's no target. I don't think I'm on the right thing.
Okay, I can make it for you if you want.
No, I just want to know where it is because everyone's doing this thing. I have no idea what
Right.
the fuck I'm doing.
So
Click on
under
combat and then click
combat,
on the thing
you
that
click on
want
bare
to
Oh,
fists.
combat.
Yeah.
Shit. Wait, that's combat encounters.
No, on your character sheet in combat.
Oh, I see.
There we go. And yeah, so that you're just rolling a plain Jane bare fists. So you want to roll?
Shit.
Okay, it's not the end of the world. I've also got a roll.
So at the moment, me and Klaus don't know about any of this. The zombies, the killing.
We don't even know that we're being tracked. We presume we're completely alone in the world right now.
So you can't get out of this corpse's hold on your arm, but it's also kind of using all of its weight to keep you where you are. It's not actually making an attempt to try to damage you or attack you or anything. So it's hoping, I guess, that the other corpse can take care of you while it's sort of keeping you down. Back to Charlie, Father John, and Klaus. You are now going through the trees, and Robert has like a very small light on him. So, Greg, you're able to vaguely track where he's going, despite it being dark. And they're now heading into a kind of like a clearing near the edge of the lake, and basically it's just happens to be where there's no trees, so still a couple of stumps, a couple of logs, a lot of sort of leaf litter and stuff like that, but basically a clearing sort of around 40 feet by 40 feet in radius, so it's quite a large clearing amongst all these trees. And in the middle of the clearing, or sort of more near the lake, you can see Father John and Klaus. Sarah Bonner is basically tied up behind, with her sort of arms behind her back, and she's got like a cloth sort of tied inside her mouth round the back, and she's just kind of shaking there on her knees, and is essentially just by herself in the middle of this clearing.
Sorry, is this me and Klaus?
Yeah.
Who's on their knees? I was reading an email. I'm really sorry. It was
It's
important.
Right, don't worry.
Who's in the clearing?
Sarah Bonner.
Oh shit, the missing lady. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, Klaus. It's a good thing. It's a bloody good thing we didn't drive all the way down there and try to talk to her, Klaus. We would have found ourselves back here anyway.
No, Sarah's the one in the hotel.
Sarah's the one in the motel that we told to hide with the other lad.
Sorry about that. And
no
where's the other fella?
No sign of Jacob. It's just Sarah at this point.
He's betrayed us. Kill him when you see him.
I don't think he's betrayed us. Let's not go jumping to conclusions all hasty like there, Professor Klaus. Or Doctor, whatever you are. Are you a doctor or a professor?
I'm a doctor of medicine.
Doctor of medicine, Klaus. That's, you know, only God can judge people, not you. Not a blooming crowd doctor, not these days. Right, so it's yourself. How's it going there, Sarah Bonner?
So at this point, you know, she's gagged. She can't say anything. She's looking at you with
she
her
could nod
eyes
or something. But
wide open. Can I get both of you to make a listen check?
Is this trying to listen to? Is she mumbling Latin at us through her?
No.
Is she mumbling Spanish? I'm good at that.
All right, there we go.
I can never remember where the fuck listen is. Christ.
I keep thinking it's 18, but it's 81. Oh, we both fucked it.
Oh dear.
Did you hear anything there, Klaus? Not a peep.
So, all you can hear is the lap of the lake on the shore and your footsteps as you walk essentially out of the tree line into this clearing. Robert's still in front. William is behind with the shotgun, and obviously Charlie is just now sort of hiding behind trees and following. I
want to talk to William. Now hold up there a second. Whatever it is you're planning to do to us, you don't have to do this now, Charlie. Not Charlie. What's this fella's name? William. We just
William
come
is
here...
insulted at you forgetting your name, and he pulls the trigger.
Hey, that's me doing that. My character wouldn't. He's got 90 intelligence. He's much smarter than I am. What is it you're going to do with us? For goodness sake, we've come here looking for this. I'm a man of the cloth, and this is a doctor, and you've got us at shotgun point. You're leading us into the woods. Now, what's the crack?
And he kind of lets out a small chuckle, and ominously says, "You'll see soon enough." And as he says that, the sort of lake kind of becomes encased in fog. It like drifts in the moment he said it, and so the fog starts rolling in, and under the water, right in the sort of middle of the lake, you can almost see kind of glimpses of yellow light flickering in and out, right in the middle. So
this is my fucking chance.
We're gonna quickly head back to the workshop to continue.
Wait, Klaus doesn't still have that fucking coin on him, does he? Because I'm gonna.
Klaus does still have 2 coins on him. He's not had a chance to sell them yet.
I don't think these are the same
he
fish.
He throws the coin with all his might.
I'm not getting rid of these coins.
From mine cold dead hands.
So, while Roy is being grabbed by the male corpse, the female corpse manages to sort of finally get the lid of the crate off. It tumbles to the ground, and she steps out kind of slowly. Again, it's quite clear that they're both dead, so they don't have the same sort of spring in their step as a normal person would. So slowly gets out of the crate and has both feet on the ground and is now looking towards Roy. And she's so the zombie's got Roy, and the female zombie is probably only about a meter away from Roy at this point. So now it's Evelyn's turn again.
Like a single shot this time.
Sure. Okay.
I get +1, right?
Yeah, point blank range. She's not even in cover, so you get an advantage on that.
The advantage thing has like a stop sign on it when I hover.
So, you just need to click point blank like that. So you've got a single shot with point blank. That's it basically. Advantage is only if they're prone or restrained, for example. So as it is right now, should be fine. There we go. All right, nice. Oh, all right. So, you do a sizable amount of damage to this corpse. If you wanna, maybe it'll be easier if you explain what you want to do first, and then roll for damage, and then we can see afterwards what happens, because that might be a bit more intuitive, perhaps.
Right.
Um.
So I regain composure after the initial breakout of the fight and take a aimed shot towards the woman, and doing quite good damage, I guess.
Yeah, it just goes right through, basically where her lungs and stuff would be. It just goes right through, and it just goes straight through the body, out the other side. She kind of almost stumbles a bit from the impact of the shot, and takes a second to regain her composure before she makes towards Roy. Speaking of, it's now your turn, Roy.
Roy is... How close am I to the table?
You're right next to the table.
I'm going to try and
Literally.
grab this jar of fucking needles and shit and smash it on the head of this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Do a... It's your... So it's got... Let's say it's got you by your right hand, so you're doing it with your left hand. Yeah, give me a strength test here for this one.
We take
Right.
those, we take those.
Yeah, and if you roll me a D6.
Yes.
All right. So you basically grab this jar of filled with sort of weird, bizarre liquid and metallic needles, and you just plant it on the top of this zombie's head, and the glass kind of just embeds itself into its skull like big shards of glass. The liquid just bursts everywhere.
Jesus Christ, Roy!
Onto you. And both of the zombies.
I think it's quite a sort of East End thing to do. Just grab the nearest pint glass and just.
The needles, the needles tumble into the crate and on the ground and to your feet, and yeah, you've basically absolutely ruined this corpse's head. In the moment you make the impact, it basically lets go of your hand, and you kind of stumble back a couple of feet, and now it's looking to try and get you from this point. So it's gonna regain its composure like the other one and stand up. It steps out of the crate. Now the female corpse is kind of trying to hurriedly get towards you with its arms out. So you're now right in the middle of the workshop. Evelyn's still kind of at the back. The female corpse is only about a meter away from you. The male corpse is about 2 meters, just go out of the crate. Evelyn, it's your go again.
I'll just fire another shot. Fuck it.
At which one?
At the woman.
Okay. Yep.
Shooting it.
So yeah, point blank range. You're doing single shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for it then. Ooh. Okay, so you can describe what you're going to do now before you roll the damage.
Roy is proving an excellent distraction for the zombies.
Well, he's massive.
As
He
I
takes
pull the
up the
trigger,
entire FOV of everything.
pull the trigger for the 5th time, aiming at the head of this woman.
Okay. roll for damage. Oh, big.
Yes, Evelyn.
So in one bullet, one shot goes straight through the eyes and out the other head and out the other side, and the sort of like insides of her skull basically burst out the back, like her brain has been blown out.
Yes, Evelyn.
Paints it against the wall, it splatters against the other zombie that's behind her, and it just drops like a sack of potatoes onto the ground at Roy's feet. And so can you roll me a D3? Alright.
Nice.
So knowing that you've managed to destroy this foul creature gives you a boost of confidence, so you can add that to your sanity.
Wait, did Miles even roll to take sanity damage?
No, because he hasn't been touched by the zombies.
Oh, I
He's
see.
felt the cold of their cold dead hands.
At the moment, they basically just like freakish humanoids. So although they're terrifying, it's not enough to question your sanity. Basically, it's only once they touch you.
You're just kind of like, I don't know why this is weird, but.
And now Roy, it's your turn.
Roy is he's not attached to me anymore, is he?
No, it's
Roy's gonna get out his shotgun and blast this fool.
I don't think Roy has his shotgun.
You've got your shotgun on you?
Well, it's in
your car. It's in the car, isn't it? You haven't
No,
around this.
oh, I see it. Okay, if it's not on my weapons, it's not with
Yeah.
me. All right, fine.
Yeah, it's in the car.
Well, Roy
Because
is
you can't
instead gonna fucking try and bonk this guy with the crowbar.
All right. Roll me a brawl.
Right, come on, fail harder, noob.
So you try and hit it with the crowbar, and it manages to grab hold of the crowbar as it comes down,
For God's
and
sake.
it just absolutely wallops you in the side of the head. And let's have a look. Oh, damage. I take 4 damage, please.
Holy shit!
Absolutely, like,
Help!
whacks you straight in the side of the head. Didn't get the 25% crit at one shot, as we all know that. We got lucky there. So we'll go back to the lake here, and at the moment it's Sarah. Like I said, she's on her knees in front of the lake, and now Father John and Klaus are basically being ushered towards where she's standing.
Yeah. Well, the
Charlie,
fog came in, right? That's the important thing. I can use the saying this is literally my time to shine. The fog's come in. I can, get a bit closer and try and disarm your mate with the shotgun.
Yeah, you absolutely could. Give me a normal stealth check here.
I like to imagine the schnoz coming out of the fog is a bit like the iceberg coming out of the Titanic.
Alright, and then roll me a brawl with actually do you want to try and disarm him or take the shotgun from him? If you try and take the shotgun from him, it will require a roll, but if you're just trying to knock it out of his hands, it won't, because you've got the surprise on him. So
well, I can knock it out of his hands and grab it later. So
yeah, you could. Yeah,
I will knock it out of his hands for now.
Okay, so you basically sneak up behind him and you hit the shotgun right out of his hands, and it falls to the grass. In that moment, Robert also turns round. So Klaus and Father John, you potentially have a avenue of an escape here.
Well, they could help me.
Well, yeah.
I'm not just knocking it to disarm him, so you guys can run away.
They're no longer at the mercy of a shotgun. So
Help me, Father John. Get the knuckle dusters on.
I've got the knuckle dusters on.
We've got a fucking scrap on our
So
hands.
what's the other lad doing? Is he punchable?
So Robert is. So William is about 5 meters behind you, where Charlie is also sort of tussling with him. Robert's only about 3 meters in front of you, and he's turned round to look at.
Greg's got this lad at least partially dealt with. I'm gonna fucking smack this other lad right in the kisser.
Okay. Yep,
Have a little bit of Irish justice, you bellend! Bollocks! And I'm gonna punch him.
So roll me a brawl.
Oh, I'll roll you a fucking brawl, son. 73. Bosh.
Oh.
Nice. Okay, and you're using your knuckle dusters, right? So if you go to combat and you click on your brass knuckles, you should be able to roll with that. Yeah.
Wallop! 3.
Right, decent. So yeah, you basically, well, you can tell me, you basically knock his.
I just did. Punch him right in the fucking kisser.
So, so you hit him right in the head, and he's obviously massively surprised. Staggers back as blood spurting from his mouth, where the knuckle dusters have hit him right in the head.
There's more where that came from, you big bollocks. I say.
Klaus, is there anything that you're gonna do?
I'm gonna move towards Sarah, and is she tied up and gagged or just gagged?
Tied up and gagged. Yeah.
I'm gonna start untying and ungagging Sarah.
Okay. Okay. And Charlie, back to you.
Right, so I am going to make sure that what's his name doesn't get a chance to grab his shotgun back. So me and him are gonna keep engaging in a good old fist fight. So I'm gonna brawl him.
Okay.
Combat. I don't have my dagger anymore, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just gonna have to fist this guy.
Oh my god, Gregory.
Can't just go around fisting
just a normal
old men.
one, yeah.
Bloody rude.
Just a normal one.
Oh, get
Oh!
in there.
Very
Come on.
nice. Extreme success. Oh,
Bosh,
beautiful.
7 fucking. He's fucking
Right.
dead. I've won it, KO'd him.
He's not dead, but you do a serious amount of damage if you wanna.
Right. After knocking the shotgun from his hand, William looks at me in surprise, and I wind up a gigantic right hook and knock him onto the ground. He's literally shaking and crying on the floor, convulsing in pain.
Okay, so you hit him extremely hard around the face. He's not expecting it. He does fall over backwards, and again, like with Robert, blood is.
And taking advantage of him falling onto his back, I run and grab his shotgun.
Okay, so you've now got the shotgun, and William is on the floor in pain. Father John, it's back to you.
Well, I'm gonna fucking punch this lad again. I mean,
All right,
he's still standing
He is.
after all this time. Bravo! Shit. Is he swinging back?
Yeah, he will at this point because he's not caught by surprise anymore.
I wish I'd fucking sparked him out.
So you try and go for the
haymaker.
Second time, yeah, haymaker, and he basically kind of uses his forearm to block your hand as it comes in, and is surprisingly strong despite his kind of frail experience, and he gets you with a retaliatory punch right in the gut.
Can I dodge it?
No, because this is his retaliating your brawl. So
a character may attempt to use dodge any number of times in a combat round, but only once against a specific attack.
Yeah, but because this was your attack,
and I fucked
you can't.
it.
Yeah, so this is his.
Does he not have? So does he not have to make a brawl check of his own to see if he?
He does. I'm making it privately, so you can't see.
Oh, I see. So I conveniently get owned. What do I? How much damage do I take?
3 damage.
Done. I'll add the dying modifier to my character. I like the prone. I love the little symbol for prone.
Okay, so now Robert is going to retaliate again here. I'll do this. Yeah. 1 sec. I'll do this publicly. So the thing is, if I do it, yeah, I don't know if you can see the percent. That's the reason why you do it privately, is because otherwise you can kind of see how good they are. So I failed here. So you need to roll your brawl.
Me?
Yeah. Or you can choose to dodge.
No, I'll fucking brawl him. I'm a brawler. This is how we do it in Dublin.
Okay. And then you need to roll your damage for the. Yeah.
Another tree.
Nice. So he tries to follow up with a punch, and you manage to.
We're both counter punchers at heart.
Yeah. So you basically you essentially manage to sort of force his hand up while he's doing that, and you get him like right in the jaw.
Again.
As a result, yeah.
Stings does it. Give up your bollocks.
Klaus, you're trying to untie Sarah. So in the short amount of time, the binds weren't really that strong. So you managed to get off the gag and the binds on her hands. So she's now free.
All right. In which case, I'm going to grab her and start hustling back towards the motel.
Okay. As you're walking, as you start making your way back towards the motel, the water at the edge of the lake starts to ripple, and you can see out of the corner of your eye 3 yellow lights starting to emerge from the water, almost like reeds, and they're kind of like shimmering, and they start to break the surface of the water, and you're not prepared for what comes out.
Christ!
A giant sort of black mound of sludge and like spikes just coming out of every single part of its body. It slowly sort of crawls its way out of the lake, and it's about 5 meters high. It is absolutely gigantic. It has, like I said, all these giant sort of metallic spikes coming out, a massive gaping jaw with these 3 little sort of eye stalks with the little yellow eyes on top. On the sort of front of it, it has these 2 withered arms, like humanoid arms, coming off the front, and also 2 withered humanoid legs, almost like someone, like a human being, had been part of it, and it's now the sort of remnants of its old body, basically. I will show you.
These harvested limbs from people.
I say, I believe it is time to start running, and just pick up the pace away towards the motel.
So as it comes out, it's there's like a weird metallic hum in the air, and it kind of moves its way slowly up towards the shore. Sarah Bonner is just she sees it, and she's basically rooted to the spot like a rabbit in headlights.
Klaus is gonna ditch her. I've no doubt in my mind.
Yells out a blood curdling scream. Quickly, Evelyn and Roy, can you give me a listen check? And also
speciality.
Wait, do
and
I
also,
not... Oh wait, sorry. Yeah.
You're ready.
What is that? Can I hear that?
So we'll go back to you guys in the workshop in a moment. Evelyn, you hear this Sarah Bonner scream coming from the side of the lake at this point. I need you to roll a sanity check on Charlie, Klaus and Father John here.
I bollocksed it.
It's
Easy clap.
Okay. So Klaus and Charlie, I need you to roll a d3.
Klaus
Oh,
passed
you
though.
Wait, yeah, I fucking
Yeah.
passed, bro.
It doesn't matter if you
It
pass.
doesn't matter, dude. Were you not paying attention to why fucking
But
pass?
I thought when you pass, you only take 1 damage.
No,
Just
that's
say
only for
pass.
certain things.
Right,
So
okay.
basically, when you roll a sanity die, if you pass, you essentially get the lower part. Like if it's a mythos creature, you're still
Sure.
scared of it, but it's not as impactful. If you roll the higher than sanity, the sort of extent, the full extent of what it is. Yeah.
Bro,
So
how do
basically,
I-
you got.
How do I fucking...
Oh,
There we go,
Slash.
sorry.
there you go. They both lose 3 sanity.
Oh my god.
Oh, what am I rolling? A
3
D6.
You're rolling a d10.
Oh, I'm fucked then.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
This
Why
could
are
be
you
the
rolling
end
a
of.
D10?
This could be you going insane in 1 turn.
Here we go.
Jesus!
Oh,
So, okay, so we're gonna go through what happens when you have a bout of madness.
oh no.
I have got a bout of madness.
So Charlie, you've lost 6 total today, right? Okay, and Father John. So basically, if you lose more than 5 sanity in a single,
Oh, so
Instant?
I'm also in a battle.
no, because you got 2 separate, right? You got 3 and something else earlier. So you're okay for now.
Oh, thank God.
Father John, he's witnessed something.
This was
Absolutely
not
horrific.
taught at the seminary, and this
Not in
was
the Bible.
not in the Bible. This does not compute.
So
your lapse in sanity is like a... it's like a question of faith.
yeah, exactly. So in the moment that you see this giant, bizarre.
Is there a table we
spike-
get to roll on, and there's a result? Of,
Yes,
of-
there is.
Oh,
excellent.
so it's like Darkest Dungeon.
Let's find out.
Are you gonna be?
Yeah. What if I
Um,
get the heroic? He's okay result.
Courageous.
But you're gonna get fearful.
I'm gonna fucking
Get
wet
away from this
myself.
place.
Yeah,
I
masochist.
shouldn't have come here.
Okay, so if you go to the, there's like a tab called Roll Table.
Is this at the top? Roll tables.
Top right.
Bout of
You-
madness.
Bout of Madness real time.
Real
is what I
time?
need you to roll.
Am I rolling?
Yep.
Roll.
Okay. So
I-
now.
What's the
Oh,
result?
God.
So you've got a phobia. So sometimes you can roll, other times it will. It's more thematic if I choose what.
Okay, and what's
your
my phobia
is.
of?
Um,
Giant flying
you-
monsters? Because I'm ahead of you.
No, so the fact that you've been around this lake for so long,
Okay.
and now that this giant creature has come out of this lake, you now have
Hydrophobia?
it's
Hydrophobia is a fear of bodies of water.
yeah, no, it is that.
That's
It's like
thalassophobia.
lakes and water.
What
lakes
is it?
and rivers.
Thalassophobia?
Thalassophobia.
That's the sea.
That's
That's
the
the
That's the
sea.
deep
the sea.
ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deep sea.
I mean, hydrophobia is just repelling water.
Hydrophobia is a fear of water, but there's another one that is related to
Fear of lakes.
yeah.
Also known as thalassophobia.
What?
Deep bodies
Yeah,
of
'cause
water
it's
such
the
as
same,
the sea,
It's the same kind of
Yeah.
deep. You can't see the bottom, basically.
sea,
It's
oceans,
thalassophobia.
pools, and lakes. So
Right, we'll say that. So yeah, so
Well, not set them, so.
You were spot on. Actually.
where do I
So-
record that?
under your backstory, you write that in your phobias.
Phobias
Oh,
and
fuck. Is
maniacs.
that permanent now?
Thalassophobia.
It's
Holy
permanent.
shit.
Yeah,
Can you get therapy for it?
you can. It's hard.
Can
You
Klaus
can.
offer a therapy?
Tell me more about the terrifying creature. I'd rather not. This is how Klaus gets off. Did you wet your little pants?
Oh my god, dude.
Okay, so you need to write in your phobia. Or
I did. I wrote thalassophobia, and I'll
Where did
put
you write?
brackets under phobias and manias
Okay, I didn't
on
see
my
it.
backstory. Fear of bodies of water, i.e.,
Oh, yeah, it's the same
lakes, ponds, sea, the sea.
Or just never. I mean, it's a good thing that New York isn't on the sea.
Yeah. Well, it's on a river, isn't it?
A river.
The
Yeah.
Hudson.
I mean, it's a good thing it isn't. I'm just saying.
Okay. It is though.
Well, not what's it?
Encounters with strange entities, fish creatures. How would you describe this thing?
So you would say, for example, I've got the fish creature. I'd say you haven't encountered the zombie. I've got this down as monstrosity of Squatter's Lake, for example. It's something you just want something that's kind of, unless you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's just kind of something generic.
Noted.
So I also need you. I'm going to quickly change. Basically, the first time you have a instance of proper mythos-related insanity, you get 5 points to your Cthulhu Mythos skill. Basically, you've
Do I get that now?
Yeah.
What's that under?
It's under.
Cthulhu Mythos.
Arts,
I see. 5 points.
So, and as a result, you as you gain Cthulhu Mythos knowledge, you lose max sanity.
Okay,
so your max
great.
sanity is now 94.
Brilliant.
Basically, yeah, it's a trade-off. So you are now a firm believer. In fact, all three of you now are believers in the mythos. So from now on, if you do something or you see something that's related to the mythos, like tomes or spells or certain monsters.
So Charlie and I also get +5, or do we not because we didn't get a phobia?
You didn't become insane, so you're fine for now.
Good.
But basically,
but do we don't get the +5 to mythos?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
no.
For the sake of it, let's do that. Yeah. I'd say add 5 points to your mythos. I'll do that now because you did still technically roll, so I'm not 100% sure on the exact, but we'll do 5.
I mean, we can sort it out later if we're wrong.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So yeah, like I said, you now understand the full impact of what you've seen. So in the past, you might have been able to file these sort of weird occurrences under sort of things you just didn't understand. Now your first conclusion when it comes to this stuff is that it's mythos related.
Okay.
And that as a result, you'll have harder sanity.
Long term, I'm fucked, aren't I? Because I am going to go mad more and more. So you never really get high level characters in Call of Cthulhu. Presumably you just inevitably go bonkers.
It depends. That you can lose a lot in a day. The aim isn't to try to survive super long. It's just to try and push back the mythos so that potentially someone else can do the same, and so on, so on. Like, there's no real winning per se, but you can survive a decent amount between the sessions and stuff. You can have therapy and things like that, and obviously, depending on what you achieve in these sort of little adventures, you can regain some sanity afterwards.
I gotcha.
But yeah, in general, so. You now have a thalassophobia, Father John, which means that when you're insane, you have a penalty die to pretty much every single thing you do if you are affected by that phobia. So in this example, you're by the lake, so you would be affected by.
And you know what? The last mission was on an island. So I think it's canonically sound that Father John Carver has had enough of the sea.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could do the next mission in Kansas or somewhere like that. Nice and flat and dry. Las Vegas! Let's go to Las Vegas. The Sahara Desert, boys. Come on.
So, yeah, I'm just going to quickly roll a d10.
What for?
So, when you suffer a bout of madness, it lasts a certain amount of time, so D10 rounds basically if you're on combat, and this is essentially based on what you rolled. So Ted is suffering a bout of madness, which means he's got a penalty die for, let's see, D10.
10 years.
6. So he's got 6 rounds where his phobia of the lake is going to penalize him. Now, the somewhat good thing about being insane and this sort of temporary insanity or this bout of madness is that you can't lose sanity points from further sort of exposure to weird things, because your mind's already unhinged, so it's all like a blur to you basically.
Okay. Am I still fighting this lad?
Yes. So, well, it's come out of the water now, and it's standing above you. It has on the back of it, you can see there's a few corpses essentially impaled on these spikes, like they've been impaled on pikes, and it's kind of sticking out on the very top of the creature. And like I said, it's about 4 or 5 meters tall, so it does tower above everything here. It's about 8 meters. Sorry, it's about 6 meters wide.
Christ.
So it's a big old thing. We're going to quickly go back to the workshop. So, Roy and Evelyn, you've heard Sarah Bonner's scream from the lake. You're still in a tussle with this last zombie, so it's your turn in combat now.
How big's the sheet? This cloth sheet you were talking about?
So it covers it was covering the side of the workshop, so it's about 15 feet wide and about 8 feet tall.
So I can't wrap the zombie in it.
Provided it was distracted, you might be able to do it. You would probably have to roll dexterity roll on it.
Okay, sure, let's do that. I don't want to hit Roy with my pistol.
Okay, so you grab the sheet, and it's not like a super heavy tarp or anything. It's just almost like just a cloth sheet. Roll me a dex. Okay. So yeah, you pass, and well, go on. Yeah, what?
Like throw the sheet over the zombie as Roy steps back, and it just sort of falls over, trying to escape the fabric. And I tell Roy, I heard a scream outside. Maybe we should go look.
What?
A scream? Oh, bloody hell.
I think Roy, to be fair to Roy, he's
taken a massive hit to the head.
His ears are ringing.
He's not in the best place. He's gonna stumble out of there. Just follow Evelyn.
Okay, so you guys are gonna run towards the scream, right?
Scream, yeah.
Okay. So we'll quickly dash back to the lake, and the bizarre creature is now looking towards Sarah, and it's only about 8 meters away from her. It's still kind of inside the water. It's making its way towards her. She's basically standing stock still, staring at this thing. She's clearly sort of spiraling into madness as she witnesses this bizarre creature coming towards her. And it's Charlie's turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna shotgun your mate, William, and just fucking run.
Okay.
I think.
Yep. So you need to...
I'm just gonna put him on the ground, so he can't chase after me.
Yeah.
And leave him for the monster that he's created.
So you need to roll a firearms. Firearms rifle.
Shotgun. Oh, I don't have his shotgun in my inventory.
Oh, it's okay. I'll do it.
Cool. That's cool as well. I just stolen a free shotgun. You'll have to see it.
The double barrel.
No, it's a pump, I believe. So you're
like $10, mate.
Point blank range.
Yeah. Do I get a bonus and advantage?
Oh, I need to.
He's on the floor as well.
Yeah, no, I'll give it to you. 1 sec. I'll put it in your inventory.
Pardon me. Do you mind if we? Oh, cool. Like have a 5-minute break. In a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Try that. See if that works.
It's red for me. Oh, never mind. Cool. Proceed anyway.
Single shot, point blank range.
Does that just mean advantage?
Yeah, it gives you an advantage because it's close.
It's not letting me click advantage.
Oh, it's giving it for firearms for some reason. Okay, 1 sec.
Whoa.
I'll just delete it. I'll just give you a new one.
No worries. So rifle / shotgun, right?
There you go. Try that. Don't worry about the out of ammo.
Still doesn't let me.
Yeah, it's because it said you out of ammo. Try again. Sorry. There we go.
It doesn't let me click advantage though.
It's not advantage. It's point blank range. Advantage is if they're prone.
Right, so I'm gonna fire that.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Nice. And then damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bosh. So he's at least fucking. I've shot one of his legs off.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So you've dealt like a huge amount of damage to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've literally ripped both of his legs off with one shot. Completely ruined his chances of living beyond 5 minutes.
Good heavens, Gregory.
The monster is bearing down towards him. I turn and run. Okay,
So,
yeah, sorry, I've added a bit.
So the monster is not interested in William or Robert.
Oh, cock. Well, whatever.
The big one is essentially at this moment. The big one's only interested in Sarah.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, Sarah,
Greg is just like
Sarah's
dictating the fucking story.
Sorry, I just assumed that this big hulking monster was just going to go for any human. Well, yeah, but no, as in, like, this man hasn't tamed the monster, has he? Like, the monster doesn't do his bidding. It's like, eventually the monster will toggle towards
Well,
him.
you don't know what.
He does.
No, fuck all, Greg. You have no fucking idea.
No, I know.
Yes,
That's what Charlie the Schnoz is going to
I see, okay.
Oh, right.
That's fair enough to be fair. That is actually valid.
Father John,
Yeah.
it's your go now. Just doing a bit of a crack to Robert.
Get the old brass knuckles out.
Well,
really
I'll
fun,
crack him again right in the fucking kisser, I feel.
Okay.
What else
Yeah.
have I got?
Oh, Deece.
Oh, I didn't roll a shit dice.
No, you don't have to roll shit dice.
I thought I got
Oh, yeah, no,
penalties.
you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, sorry.
So do I
is this
do...
the phobia?
Just roll it
Minus
normal
one.
again and take the worst.
Oh, you can just... Alright.
Whiff!
Whiff.
Okay,
Punch.
so... yeah, so... I've also failed. So you're it's a draw here. So basically you've gone for another punch right in the face.
Yeah.
But he's essentially blocked you, and he's tried to go for a punch of his own.
Well, I'm used to his counter punches now. This is
yeah,
round
exactly.
3. Whew.
Yeah, so you've managed to easily block his attempt here. So yeah, we're now on to Klaus.
Klaus is accelerating at great pace, making his way towards the motel, muttering to himself, "We need more firepower!"
Okay, so Klaus has run off.
Klaus is not helping Sarah. Is the clear?
Yeah, Sarah's fucking dead. We're literally using her to waste
Klaus,
time.
if Sarah was running, Klaus would trip her. Is the way Klaus is thinking right now.
So the monster basically sort of closes in a bit. It's almost like it's rolling on these sort of bizarre golden pyramid-like wheels, and it's basically rolling over these towards Sarah, and sort of to the right of its massive head, one of these needles just basically elongates straight through her chest.
Holy fuck.
And lifts her up for like a couple of seconds, and Sarah just kind of there's sort of blood gurgling out of her throat as this spike has just gone straight through her heart. And after just a couple of seconds, the spike retracts out of Sarah's chest, and she just slumps to the ground. I'm going to need you to roll. So Klaus is left. So Klaus
I'm fucking gone as well.
Klaus hasn't seen this. Charlie's also left. So Father John is the only one that's witnessed Sarah's demise here.
No, Father John.
I can't take
You
this.
can't lose. Yeah, you
You
can't
should
lose
have
any
just
sanity,
left him,
right?
Ted. The guy was limping.
But actually, because
I've already gone bonkers.
he's already insane, so he is not affected by Sarah's demise.
Just shrugged his shoulders like, oh, I've seen
I've seen worse.
It's all part of God's plan, you know. That's how it goes.
Okay, so now after it's killed Sarah, it has turned its gaze towards you, Father John.
Shit.
Fuck. Really?
Up the
Not
gaze.
William.
So at this point, we can say that Evelyn and Roy are basically in the forest, and they're running towards the lake.
I wanted to pick up my shotgun on the way.
Okay, so you can go. So you're gonna go and get the shotgun.
Yeah,
Right.
the cars are en route.
Yeah, and you're gonna get the shotgun, and Evelyn is walking towards running towards the lake, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to your room, aren't you? So as you dash towards the motel, you see the door of one of the rooms opens, and Bill Dunstan with a shotgun comes out of his room, and he's looking essentially straight at you.
God.
And after a split second, he basically dashes off towards the lake.
Told you.
Okay.
He's ignored you. He's seen you. He's kind of like doesn't know almost like he doesn't really know what's going on, but he's headed towards the lake. So you don't know what his intentions are at this point. So Evelyn, you give me a spot hidden. Actually, give me a listen check, Evelyn.
Oh shit!
Kill him. That is rough.
So you can hear people coming in your direction, Evelyn, but you don't know who it is. So you could either stay a bit and try and chase these people down or find out who they are, or you can keep going towards the lake.
I'll stay and try to. Yeah, try
Yeah.
to.
Wait for Roy.
In which case, can you roll me a spot hidden as well?
Nice.
So
So fucking
with
Roll's
the
ridiculous, mate.
kind of with the moonlight, you can essentially see Charlie's drip. And
Why didn't
can
you say
tell-
nose? You had the
Oh,
perfect
yeah, no.
opportunity to say Charlie's nose emerged
Charlie's
from the
nose
darkness.
against the
Charlie's drip.
so you can see that Charlie is running. He's about 30 meters in front of you. He's running towards you roughly in your direction, and he's running away from where the scream was coming from. So we go back now to Father John. Father John at the lake with two maniac motel owners and a giant mythos creature. He's been ditched by the lads. Whoa, what are you gonna do now?
Well, is there any chance I can just fucking leg it? Because I don't see what other chance I have.
William is incapacitated by the shotgun.
You're the guy
Robert
that's got a
is
limp, so-
Robert is decrepit. You've like knocked him back a bit. He's only maybe like 3 feet away from you, but you could easily just turn.
I'm
and-
just
and
gonna
run.
fucking leg it. I think that's my best bet.
Okay.
I'm fairly spry. I've got good dex
Yeah.
and good dodge. So whatever it takes, I'm gonna fucking run as fast as I can.
Do you
away
have
from
good dodge?
Yeah, mate.
What is it?
My dodge is 65.
Fuck. No way.
So you start running towards the tree line. Can you give me a spot hidden?
Christ,
roll?
this is not my forte. With a -1. No, I've seen nothing.
Oh, fuck.
Seen a ghost.
You've seen your own demise.
You didn't see the
Okay.
tree as you ran into it.
So as you are running towards the tree line to follow the rest of the crew, out of the corner of your eye, you see another corpse kind of shamble out of the tree line, making its way towards the lake. And it's bloated, almost like it's been sat in water for a long time, like it's died in water and it's come back to life. So yeah, it's like a bloated corpse, and it walks past you, probably maybe about 10 meters away. You kind of see it out the corner of your eye, and to kind of as you see it, you kind of have your eyes on it as you're walking, as you're running from the creature and the things on the lake. So you don't exactly follow the route that everyone else was taking. That was just against the shoreline. You've kind of dipped in a bit more into the forest, kind of by not by accident per se, but you had to make a sort of small detour. So you're now further into the woods and are on the you have a risk of potentially being lost if you stray too far.
Gotcha.
The zombie, it kind of ignores you and is actually walking towards William and Robert. It's actually walking towards William because William is on the ground, essentially with his legs kind of blown apart by Charlie, and the zombie is actually making out like it's going towards William.
Okay.
So now Roy, you've got your shotgun, right?
Yep.
So are you going to head back towards the?
Try and find Evelyn.
Okay. So you are going to run off towards the lake. Evelyn, you've seen Charlie. What do you wanna do?
I look over my shoulder at the workshop to see if that zombie somehow made it out.
So you're at the tree line now, and the
Too far away.
Yeah, you can't really see, but it doesn't look in the light from the motel. There's at least nothing that you can see in the light from the motel, so it's not made that far.
I tell Roy about Bill with his own shotgun heading towards the tree line. Is his name Bill?
So, Roy is at the only at the tree line right now. Bill is behind you, I think, right? Because he's gone off. You've run off straight from the workshop towards the lake. Roy went for the detour, and as Roy was getting the shotgun, Bill's come out. So, yeah, Bill is behind you as you're heading towards the lake.
Can I gesture to Bill as he's running? Like, stop. Can you tell me what's happening?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, am I arriving at this as well?
Who are you?
So he's running along the shoreline, and you can basically hear him behind you, about 20 meters back, and like you said, Charlie is also there. So you want to call out to Charlie? Yeah, you want to call out to Charlie, and Charlie sees you.
Interrogate him or whatever.
Yeah, so Charlie's running over. Bill's running towards you with a shotgun. He catches up, and he's like, "Where is she? Like, where?
Are we not rolling?
For what?
Persuade.
No, you don't have to roll for persuade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he basically asks you where did the scream come from? What's going on? Like he doesn't actually know what's happening.
We hit it from the tree line by the lake.
I've seen what's happening. There's a big freaky monster at the lake, and it's about to kill Sarah. Is it Sarah?
Yep,
Yeah.
Sarah Bonner.
Sarah Bonner. Yeah. It's killed Sarah. It's spiked her. And
No, you
now
didn't. You didn't see her die. You didn't see her die.
You
Did I
didn't see
not?
her die.
Oh shit!
No.
There was a big monster bearing down on Sarah, and Father John's there all by himself.
So he kind of looks at you, sort of shocked. His face goes a bit pale, and he then kind of just says gruffly, "Well, what are we waiting for?" And he dashes off along the shore of the lake towards where the scream was. So I assume you're going to follow, or are you gonna leave him?
I want to wait for Roy.
Can I persuade him to not go?
Have I not made it to fucking Evelyn?
So yeah, so after you can see Roy coming through the tree lines. So after Bill's now run off by himself essentially, and
Wait,
now
no, can I not persuade him not to go?
you want to persuade him not
I want to persuade him to stay.
to wait.
Yeah.
Okay, you can just tell him to wait. It doesn't require a persuade. So now it's the four of you on the shore. Klaus is slightly further south, making his way up, and Father John is also a bit further south, but more in the woods.
Have I seen the others yet? Because if I haven't,
Yep.
if I haven't seen the others, is this my go? Sorry, I should.
Yeah,
ask
you can go ahead. Yep.
I'm gonna head to the car to get Roy's shotgun because I don't know he's already grabbed it.
Okay. So you're gonna stick by the coast. Or you're gonna be more in the woods.
More in the woods. I'm a woods boy.
Okay.
I don't want to run into the others.
Okay. So you're just sort of scrambling through the woods, going towards the motel. Father John, what's your plan here?
Get to the lads. I'm just running back to the motel and hoping to God I find them. In fact, I'm thinking in my current state, I'm going to run to our car and hope that we can get it started and get the fuck out of here.
Yep. Okay, so you're also running, you're maybe sort of 50 meters behind Klaus.
Start the car, Klaus!
A bit more in the woods. So the rest of you...
reload while Roy is coming towards
Yep, sure. In the distance, the four of you, you hear the sound of a shotgun shot coming from the clearing. And now, yeah, it's up to you what you want to do here. I'm guessing you're all going to go to the. Or
Yeah,
do you
I
wanna...
believe we're sending it.
Full attack.
Okay. So you make your way along the shore back into the clearing. Roy and Evelyn, you're going to have to make a sanity roll for seeing the Squatter's Lake monstrosity.
So, what am I meant to roll sanity?
Sanity, yep. Lovely. Right, that's two. It's a D10 for both of you, please.
Holy shit. Oh god! Evelyn
please.
is got a bit of whatever.
And Roy?
Oh my
Oh,
god,
dear.
it's
Okay.
brutal.
Right, so
Can I
the.
get some phobias in?
So, yeah, that's 8 sanity.
Are we all going to be afraid of the water? We'll take
No,
any
no,
job,
it's
as long as it's
So-
not near a body of water or a puddle or a bath.
We rename the group the Desert Raiders.
So, Evelyn, you basically scream like Sarah did the moment you see this giant creature on the lake, and Roy, you basically freeze in
Fucking
place.
hell, son!
Can Roy scream at an even higher pitch than ever?
Roy scream at a higher pitch.
I'm not giving it.
But the thing is that as the monster hasn't actually seen you yet, because it is now in a bit of a tussle itself with 3 of these like bizarre bloated corpse things that are actually just trying to wail on it, absolutely like mindless animals, and it's kind of trying to swat them away like flies, like they're sort of getting in its way. But essentially at this point it's distracted, and you see that there's another zombie kind of limping towards William, who's on his back with the shotgun desperately trying to reload because he's used both shots.
How has he got the shotgun if Greg took it?
Oh yeah, sorry, no, you're right. Yeah, I thought Greg dropped it.
He has a spare shotgun.
I'm fucking keeping it, bro.
So he's on his back. He's on his back, and he's basically trying to back away from the zombie, despite the fact that
get RP checked, bro.
Despite the fact that he has no legs. He has no legs. Remember?
I don't know why.
He doesn't have no legs. We cancelled that one.
So yeah, I need Roy and Evelyn to roll a Battle of Madness real time.
Where's that?
Under the roll table.
This is at the top right. On this little area here that I'm wiggling my mouse on.
Oh yeah. Bout of Madness real time.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
no. Evelyn, you useless bug.
Okay.
Oh, Roy.
So,
wow.
Tough. That's really tough.
I'm just gonna think
You're so physical. You're
You-
so physical.
so-
Now you'll have like a limp.
Yeah. So
Evelyn's running for it.
Evan's running for it. You know, psychosomatic is basically like you've lost the use of your limbs, or you think that your arm is broken when it's not, stuff like that. So I'll let you describe what you're going to do for both of these bouts of madness.
Jesus, my one is a bit more complicated to imagine.
Well, let's imagine. Remember when you fell through that shack? Maybe you're convinced you've got a bad back.
Yeah, Roy's back is now broken. He's just gonna lie down.
It's my bad back's playing up again. Oh, it's me back. Oh, he's just lying down with a bad back.
Yeah, I think honestly, I'm doing that. Fuck it. Roy's lying down with a bad back.
It's in spasm. Just give it a minute; it'll pass. To keep the beast busy.
Okay, so you're going to have that back issue for nine combat rounds here. And Evelyn, yeah, you've essentially legged it.
Yeah, Evelyn sees the monstrosity, the 5-foot tall monstrosity with 3 yellow eyes, and just her eyes go wide, and she turns around and bolts it.
So Bill has come out of room 6, joined up with us, and we go towards the monster, and immediately one of us lies down with a back problem, and the other one runs away.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting strong recommendations after this one.
So give me a second.
Where are you? Are you going to flee to the car, Miles?
Yes.
Can you?
Or my bike.
Rifle? Can you? Oh fuck! Can you bring me my rifle from the boot when you come back?
If he managed to shout at me as I'm running.
As she runs away screaming?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, no. True.
Evelyn, whilst you're off there, do you mind getting me my rifle?
True. I just shout after her, Evelyn, don't forget my rifle.
Fucking goon.
Sorry. Man,
Do you think your stats will be high enough to carry it back? Yeah,
that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm actually awful at this.
You are the king of metagaming in this.
I'm so bad. I'm like the issue is I'm such a bad min-maxer, and I'm like a loot goblin with.
To be fair, Ted also does a little bit of pushing the barrier sometimes.
What, with looting?
No, just with the little meta game every now and then.
Oh, occasionally.
I keep begging for rolls.
It's like the has Google to keep the crossword going, you know?
Just like if someone's going to do something, I'll sometimes maybe hint that maybe we shouldn't. for metagame, yeah, but you're right. I should just shut up and let people make some mistakes.
I'm going to the car to get a gun that isn't there anymore.
Right.
It's a bit rich of you, Ted, mate. Considering this fucking session started off with you trying to assault a guy with a shotgun pointing at you.
No.
He did. It was a brave play. I'm glad we didn't do it.
I thought if he had the shotgun in my back, I might be able to do it because it would be a surprise attack and it would save us. But I also thought we were closer to you lot and I could leg it round the corner. I just convinced he was going to shoot us as soon as we got to the forest.
My worst metagaming is that I keep trying to shoe in my abilities being rolled so that I can upgrade them at the end of the set. Are you sure that doesn't need a roll?
Yeah, I might use hypnosis here on the creature.
So if you go to journals, this is something I added last session. It's just to I've added the creatures that you fight because it might come in handy for you to make notes about some of the things that you encounter.
Is this strange encounters?
Yeah. So also just for descriptive purposes.
Oh, look at this thing! Wait, and it's flying as well.
No, it's not.
No,
this is. it's rolling on the ground.
Oh
basically,
my
on
god!
appearance. But this is
Are these shared documents or?
no, it's under journals.
So
on the,
it's the little book.
Journal
It's
top
5
right.
in.
No, I
Well,
found it. I was just
that's,
wondering if we share the documents or if it's our own info.
Oh, we didn't see the fish
yeah.
creature hybrid, did we?
Yeah, no, you did. It
The
was
first,
dead.
the first, the
It was
first thing
dead.
we did.
He looks a bit more badass than I think he should do. But
We kicked his ass. Look at this fucking thing. There's no way we beat this. Look how big it is.
It's not- it
Giant
looks like
vagina, says
Larry.
Navigator.
Can we
It's
just
a
leg
big
it?
boy.
Observation, enormous, terrifying.
So you could, I mean, obviously you could leg it if you wanted to, but they're you know,
We've
will.
got several shotguns now, so
You will. Yeah, true. So
blast
there
it.
is the potential for this to go well.
Focus
So-
eyes.
Right. So we have Roy. I mean, you say you've got several shotguns. Roy has got a bad back on the ground.
well, I've got a bad back, not bad hands.
Okay, right. So you get to the clearing, and it's just chaos. There's a bunch of zombies all attacking things indiscriminately. The giant monstrosity is trying to fend some of them off. Robert is
Wait, are
heading
the
towards-
zombies going for him?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. The zombies are basically just
Oh,
absolutely wild. They're just going for anything that's moving at this point. So I'm gonna mind palace this because there's a lot of enemies
there's a lot
here.
going on.
So I'm going to just basically draw what's happening. So monstrosity is basically on the lake, on the edge of the lake, and William is basically down here with a zomb. Alright, so this is basically the setup, and you guys are coming in from the left hand side of this. So this is the current situation. So basically at this point, Charlie, Father John, and Roy, along with Bill, you have essentially free reign to do what you want while everything's distracted. So you've basically got a solid 10 seconds of free reign here.
Well, we've got to kill it, haven't we?
So we'll start with Dex, the highest Dex. So we'll start with Charlie,
What's Charlie's dex?
70. Same with you.
Well, I think we're going to clear the little boys first, aren't we? Really?
Why
Well,
why
that was,
kill
They're
the zombie?
helping us, you moron.
Oh, sorry.
Shoot the big
sorry.
thing.
Sorry. My bad. I'll
See, that's metagaming. We should have just let Charlie shoot a zombie, and they'd be
Yeah,
like, "You
well-
fucking idiot!"
What's your intelligence, Charlie?
I'm going to use
65.
I'm going to use psychology to detect he's going to do something silly, and then use
hypnotise me into doing
persuade
the
to
correct
stop
thing.
him.
You
No,
could like
okay,
roll
I'm gonna-
intelligence
I'm
just
gonna-
for yourself and see if
I'm
you
gonna
can tell
take
what's going
aim.
on.
Gonna take aim with my pistol at the big fucker.
You don't want to shoot it
I'm
with a
right
shotgun.
in his fucking eye. Right in his eye.
Right at the eye. Okay.
The
Well, you want
fucking
to try and
head.
aim for one of the eye stalks. Now, bear in mind these are small
You
and they're
are.
constantly moving. So you
You
want
are.
to try.
You are.
You want to try and aim for the eye. It's on an eye stalk. It's quite small and it's moving. So if you do,
Where's that
it
on
will
the
be.
picture?
Just
You can't see
imagine
above
it.
its mouth the little
Yeah,
three
yeah.
stalks that are sticking up.
He's got a
I
mouth.
just see.
You're right,
I
right.
just
So
see,
look
I
above
just
that.
see he has a
There's-
big fucking eye.
No, you're not. That's
Oh,
his
he's like
mouth.
a slug. I thought the middle
Fuck
bit
me.
was like. I thought the middle bit was like the
No,
iris. or
that's
the
his
pupil.
mouth.
Man,
no.
Greg's IRL stats are low as fuck.
Holy
Spot hidden,
shit.
struggling.
Oh, see, yeah, okay. I guess I'll aim for one of his little antennae.
Wait, are you sure? Because the DM is implying that will be difficult and you will miss. You might just want to shoot the
This
fucker.
is metagaming.
But no.
Not
I'm gonna
That's
keep
not
at it
bad.
because I think that's how we kill him.
That's his vulnerable spot.
The rest of him is just gonna
His
absorb
vulnerables,
them.
yeah.
That's it.
Have you got a shotgun?
I'm using my pistol
Right.
because I'm at range.
You've
I'm
got
not
a
just-
shot.
I'm-
You do
if
have
I
a
get
shotgun
close
with
to him,
one shell.
Yeah, if I get close to him, he'll just fucking kill me. If I get close to him,
Yeah.
he'll just fucking kill me.
Yeah.
Just let him shoot his eyes.
So
Alright.
I'm gonna take aim at
You're
his
gonna-
fucking little eye with my
Right. So
pistol.
if you're taking aim, that takes a round. So
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
okay.
I've got to hit it. So.
Well, he's got
And
10
then-
seconds. He should be able to do the shot
Yeah.
as well.
Father John, it's now.
I
No,
don't
you-
have a gun, so I'm
you
just
don't have a gun.
gonna
That's true.
hide.
You could ask for Charlie's gun potentially.
I think that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, you can have my shotgun, Ted. You can have my shotgun and protect me.
I am
Well,
very,
what John
very
would do.
bad.
Yeah, no.
That's
I'm
not
keeping
really my cup of tea. I'll be saying a little prayer here.
it. Just.
I'm gonna
I
whip
guess
out me
protect-
rosary
yeah.
and say a quick prayer. God
Okay.
preserve us in this our time of trial.
Okay, so then it's Roy.
How close am I?
For the sake of the shotgun and stuff.
Yeah.
I would say you're probably. What we say? I'd say 20 yards.
What's the range on the shotgun? Do I see that?
Yeah, so
20 is.
20 is the middle one, I think.
Does that mean it's not point
So it's
blank? But it's just normal?
2d6. Yeah, so you need to get closer.
Oh, I
you
see
need
what you mean.
you need to get to around 10 meters of it to do the maximum damage.
I think I'm just my back is my back. So he's just gonna shoot from where he is.
Yeah, okay. So roll me a firearms.
Yes. Just. Okay, now Roy.
Roy. Okay, so yeah, you aim at this thing, but your back disability is proving too much, and it kind of just your shot kind of just goes over it, like skims over the back of this thing and ricochets off it. So not the greatest shot.
L.
Right.
Indeed.
Bill just runs without any hesitation. He runs closer to the monstrosity, and he's just gonna go for the shot. He's like, "Take this, you bastard!" He's like yelling at the top of his lungs.
Voice, that's class.
Okay, so he shoots the shotgun right in the kind of facial area of the monster, and it immediately kind of almost like howls in pain, and sort of in one swoop kind of barges a couple of these zombies down, and they go to immediately get back up, but he's now looking at Bill, kind of shifts on the spot to look towards Bill, who's just essentially shot him in the mouth with the shotgun at fairly close range.
Bill is the
But-
big lad, not William, right? William is a different
Bill,
lad.
I will put Bill in. Bill is basically here at this point. He's kind of
Bill is the burly lad who's
Yeah.
bravely charged this thing. I want to find out more about Bill. Let's get him on the team. He's a crack shot, brave, quiet, big lad.
How much damage did Bill do?
Well, that's metagaming, Gregory.
That's
Is it?
investigating, mate.
Oh fucking hell!
17
Sorry.
it says there, though.
Yeah, but you don't know.
Is it?
You don't know.
I
I
You don't know how
fit-
much of a proportion
Oh,
that
yeah.
is, right?
It
Yeah.
looked
Holy
impressive, and the thing
Holy
howled in
shit.
pain, so kablamo.
Yeah, he didn't shoot it in the eye though.
No.
Watch this,
No.
Bill, mate.
So intelligent.
Misses
Big
wildly.
mistake.
So after Bill shoots, the zombie that was on William finally manages to get on top of him and just essentially does a Charlie and just falls right on top of him and starts just trying to eat him alive. And William is kind of screaming out in pain, but extremely shortly, because of his wounds that he'd already suffered, he just falls silent, and the zombie is now just eating William Brophy's corpse.
Yeah, we're fine with that.
May God have mercy on his soul.
Nah, fucking.
Robert is horrified by the fact that his brother has been killed, and is now trying to engage these zombie that's eating his brother. The monstrosity, it's obviously taken notice of Bill, but it's still being blindly attacked by these zombies. So a quick roll.
I just love the idea that Roy is just lying down, recovering from his bad back.
I'll be with you in a minute, boys.
Hold on. Oh, it's passing. Oh, God.
And it's
nine
not
turns.
It's not even a
nine
real
turns
injury.
of combat. He's gonna have a bad back for.
It's not even a real injury. He's just fabricating it in his head.
So the creature just barges into the zombie that's closest to Bill and just impales it on a bunch of these spikes, and it's essentially it's still moving, but as the monster goes, it's almost like it's where its shoulder is. As the monster raises its shoulder type thing back, so it's just looking straight at Bill, the zombie is where these other corpses are. The zombie is just impaled on these spikes, still kind of moving, but basically out for the count at this point. It's now Charlie's go here. So what I'll do is I'll put the people in now. So
fuck. Can't
Charlie,
be really far away.
Actually, you don't have. For some reason, you don't have. Oh, I can change that. Actually, I think. One sec.
Surely I'm further away than that, right?
No, I can. I just want to change your appearance quickly. Oh.
It's fine. You can have me as the ninja for now if you wish.
No, it's okay. And then Roy. So yeah, you can take your turn now though while I'm doing this.
Cool. So I'm gonna take my shot with the pistol that I've aimed for, which means single shot advantage, correct? No, aiming. It doesn't let me click this shit. It's kind of.
How do you mean? It doesn't let you click.
Like, it just doesn't let me click aiming, disadvantage, or advantage.
Okay, maybe I put it. So single shot aiming, you're in base range. Yeah, that's
so I'm
fine.
just rolling that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Roll the shot.
7 points of damage.
To its eye, though, boys. You've got to remember.
Yep. So you do it. So you do a bit of damage to it. As you take the. Well, you can describe how you shoot the eyelid, shoot the eye.
Yeah. Well, I've aimed and the duration that it's taken me to pull this shot off, the monster's noticed and he's closed his eyes. So when I shoot, it just hits his eyeball and it hits his eyelid and pings off. No damage to the eyeball done. A wasted attempt, but damage done nonetheless.
Yeah. So it does kind of make a short shriek, like it's felt it, but it's not. It's still eyeing Bill at the moment. So the sort of damage you did to it wasn't enough for it to consider you a greater threat. But you've still done a tiny bit. It's now farther John.
I mean, I can't do anything, so.
So
can I go? Is Roy in the line of potential attack?
Roy. So if we imagine you guys, if you look at the Mind Palace, you guys are all like this. So you're grouped on the shore.
Well, I'm gonna try and drag Roy away from this because he's lying on the ground. So I'm going to assume he might be injured, and I'm just going to try and drag the mighty Roy.
Try and heal him, Ted.
I can't heal him, sadly. But I'll maybe I could persuade him or use psychology to convince him he doesn't have a bad back. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, actually.
You could do a psychology roll to convince him that he's fine.
But if I fail it, it could make it worse, and I'm not very good at psychology. I am good at persuade, but I'm not good at psychology. I guess I'll just try and drag him to safety because I don't want this thing fucking jumping him. He's lying down. I'll try and drag Roy.
You could try and prop him up against a tree or something.
Yeah, prop him up so he can shoot.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Good idea.
Okay. So
shoot the big thing, Roy! Shoot it!
So Roy's kind of like lie on his back, and it's hard. In fact, maybe I should have made you roll strength.
I am very strong.
So, and you finally managed to prop him up against this sort of like fallen tree. So he's got the shotgun out, and he's now, basically
do it, Roy.
Aiming at the creature. So, do you want to put him? If you put him in 10 meters or closer, he'll get the maximum amount of damage, but obviously he'll be close to the monster.
I don't want to do that. That's
you want to leave him in
dangerous.
this sort of 20 yard range.
20 is fine. 20 is fine. I don't want to get too close.
So Roy, it's now your turn.
Roy is going to take some shots.
Okay.
Fucking hell, Roy again.
So yeah, you've unfortunately just the fact that you're sort of sitting down means that you can't quite aim the shot particularly well, and you just go straight past the creature. Evelyn, your bout of madness, your panic has come to an end. You kind of regain your senses. You're now basically at the motel, and you see, and Klaus, you are trying to get the shotgun, right?
I'm going to the car, yes, try and get the shotgun.
Okay. So Evelyn, you basically in the light of the motel, you come to your senses and you see Klaus. You hear the gunshots coming from the lake, so you know that the rest of the investigators are trying to do something or take on this giant creature. So up to you two, what you guys want to do next.
Well, I'm going to try and search through the car to try and find this shotgun, and not being able to find it because it's not fucking there.
Well, so what you could do is if you roll, if you do a hard luck roll, you might be able to. A luck roll essentially implies that someone or something might have already been there that you just didn't know or don't remember, for example. So, for example, if you search someone who's got weapons, there's theoretically a chance that they have multiple weapons, and you do actually find that they still have something in there. But it will require a hard luck.
No, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is, because I can't see it immediately, because I think it's going to be there, because I know we have a shotgun. I know we put it in there. Seeing it's not immediately there, I'm going to go. Instead, I'm going to pick up my medical bag and say, "Mein Gott, I will not take life today, but maybe I can save some." And pick up my medical bag and move back towards the conflict.
Okay, great. And you're going to pass Evelyn at this point, so...
Yeah. I see Klaus running back into the action, and it reinvigorates me as he's acting like an excellent role model to what a doctor should be. And I follow him into combat.
Okay. Alright, so now the both of you are basically going for potentially the third time you've seen him back along the lake towards the action. You know this route well now. So you're now heading towards the tree line. As you go back to the action, it's the creature going next. So the creature is now ignoring the zombies because they were mostly just almost like ants just trying to get in its way. It's now firmly turned its attention towards Bill and is slowly moving towards Bill, closing in. Bill's backing off a bit, but the monster's going to get to him very, very shortly.
We've got to help Bill. Bill might know something. We've got to save Bill.
Now, Charlie's turn.
Just fucking shoot it, Charlie.
I'm gonna fucking shoot it again.
Give it the old bang, bang, bang.
With my pistol, I'm gonna shoot it again. No, the multi-shot gives me it gives me a less.
Gives you a penalty.
Yeah.
But it gives you 3 shots. Depending on where you are, you might be able to negate that if you're point blank. But probably not
so
wise.
Single shot. Just gonna fucking pop him.
Okay.
Another success.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. So you've just aimed for the body here. So you've done a tiny bit of damage, like very minimal damage.
Alistair.
So
Lizzie1, just resubbed for 7
essentially,
months.
when you shoot,
the aiming was actually me going for the eye.
Yeah.
So I should be aiming. I see.
No,
so
but then it's less shots.
Yeah. So you shoot and it kind of hits the under where it's kind of almost like frills on the side of this creature, where the sort of hard metal kind of exterior.
Is its mouth open?
At this point, no. But
maybe shoot it in the mouth, Charlie. I'm gonna shout.
It's just taken damage from Bill in the mouth essentially, and
I see.
So
it's wincing with its mouth closed.
It's the thing is the bullet when it hits it kind of makes like a metallic sound. Like this thing is essentially almost encased in kind of metal. Its skin is metallic.
Shit! I wonder if there's anything in the workshop we could use. If it's made of metal, it conducts electricity.
It's now Father John's turn.
Well, I've done everything I can here. I didn't get a chance to look in the workshop. Maybe there's a gun in there or something. I'll run and have a look in the workshop. I'm going to run over there and see what's in there for me to grab to be useful, because at the moment I'm doing nothing.
Yep, sure. Okay, so you're going to run off to try and find some more supplies for...
Anything.
You're gonna run into the zombie doing like a Scooby-Doo, like struggling to get out of a sheet of fucking...
I don't know there's a zombie there.
Yeah, you don't know it's there, but that's what the sight you're gonna behold is gonna be an incredible one.
So now it's Bill's turn. So Bill is trying to back away from the giant creature in the lake, and as he's backing away, he trips over a branch and he falls on his back. He still has the shotgun aimed at the creature. Roll for Bill. Okay. Alright. So again, the creature is bearing down on him, and he manages to get off a full point blank shot right in the sort of face of this monster, and it kind of again it howls like this humming is getting louder and louder, and it cries out sort of like grating metal against metal almost, and it's now firmly focused on Bill, who's now prone on the ground. So as it approaches Bill, one sec. So as it approaches Bill, he's kind of backing away on his like with his elbows and his hands, trying to get away from this creature. And instead of following Bill, it pauses for a split second, and you can see almost like up its spine on the sort of left side of its face pulsate for a second, and it just launches itself at Bill. Cleanly splits from the creature like a projectile.
Oh my god.
It narrowly dodges under Bill's elbow and just goes 20 centimeters deep into the ground with force. This metallic kind of needle thing that has just exploded out of this creature's body, essentially.
So it's firing things out, or it's
fired its spine out of its body towards Bill. It's narrowly missed. It's gone under his armpit, essentially.
Is it retractable or is it detached?
So the one that killed Sarah was retractable, so it came out of the body.
But he can also shoot ones.
Yeah, but it also managed to just basically shoot a needle just detached from it and just
good heavens
projectile towards Bill. Went under his armpit, and then immediately it kind of starts to like rust and decay. So it's basically deteriorating almost immediately. The zombies roll for zombie on Robert is still fighting.
Good old
about
Robert.
to try and
Good
fight
on him.
the zombie that is killing his brother.
I wish I went and grabbed my rifle.
Well, if you told.
Yeah, I was muted at the time.
Oh well.
Very unfortunate.
You could probably shout if we give Father John a hard listen roll, you might be able to hear it.
I mean, if he'd yelled it at me, I would have gone and got it. But it's going to be a whole nother turn to run over there and a whole nother turn to get back.
It's chilling.
You could do a hard listen roll if you're like.
It's cool with the pistol. I've got enough ammo and stuff.
Yeah, but there's another gun and it does a lot. I'll do a listen roll. How do I do
hard listen roll?
Okay.
Oh, you failed. So yeah, you don't. Charlie tries to call out to remind you to get the gun.
I'm too busy praying. Couldn't hear him over my prayer.
Right.
Muttering
so,
to yourself.
Roy, it's now. Sorry. No, it's a zombie. Sorry. So the zombie takes for a second, sort of stops devouring William's body, looks up to Robert and recognizes that he's kind of like a threat. It gets up, makes a swing at Robert, who dodges it and tries to push it over with no success. It's now Charlie's turn, right? Yeah, Charlie.
Charlie the Schnoz McLean.
Sorry, it's my go. My apologies. Well, I think after that last move, I'm gonna have to aim, aren't I?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm just not doing damage otherwise, even though it said 11 damage done, but you know, whatever. So I'll take this turn to aim, please.
Okay. And Roy?
Roy's just gonna keep going for it. He's got no other business here.
Alright.
Oh, Roy, you're gonna land a shot one day. No, you're not.
Oh, that was so close! Ugh.
Roy has had a bit of a hard time here with the old shotty. Yeah, so again, your debilitating back is proving to be your demise here. The third missed shot.
Last roll's fucking 5 sub-20s in a row, and I'm just sitting here like a fucking melt.
At this point,
post 50s.
At this point, Evelyn and Klaus, you show up to the fight now. So we'll say you're slightly behind where the rest of the investigators are. That you're slightly behind, but you're now essentially in combat. So Evelyn and then Klaus, it's your go. Or Evelyn is your go right now. I should clarify.
Miles?
Right.
Shoot it. Surely.
I will emulate what Charlie is doing.
Okay.
And aim this one.
Okay. And then Klaus.
I'm going to see Roy slumped against a tree and assume he's severely injured and go and treat his wounds.
Okay. So you could.
Well, I think he has taken a head injury as well, so I'm going to see that first.
Okay.
And treat.
So
that
do you want
first.
to roll a first aid straight away, and then we'll do the rest on the subsequent.
Fuck me.
Hey, Roy,
You've killed him! You've killed him, Klaus!
Hey. What is wrong with Roy?
Absolute delight.
Yeah. Roy's having a whale of a time. So I guess Roy is too busy trying to destroy this creature. He's too distracted. So trying to perform first aid on him while he's in this state is basically impossible. So I've accidentally pinged. So Father John. At this point, you get back.
I'm at the workshop. What's in here?
You're at the workshop. So there's the bunch of cardboard boxes with clothes in, the table with the leather restraints. At the back behind the sheet, there's like movement underneath the sheet.
Oh, I don't want to know what's under there. Is there anything on the walls? Anything? Any tools or anything like that?
There are tools, but there's tools on the workshop, one of the workshop tables.
Can of petrol, anything like that knocking about?
There is two massive barrels of oil outside the workshop with a water
Extreme strength test coming up.
All right, I'm gonna roll one of the barrels of oil down towards the lake. That's my plan.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Yeah, you can. I don't think that requires a check.
We're rolling.
You push the barrel over down the stairs. It kind of tumbles down. It's about 3/4 full. They obviously use this to power the motel, and you start rolling this barrel down.
Roll out the barrel. Yep.
I thought there was no electricity at the hotel.
That's why they're using barrels of oil, mate.
Barrels of oil, like oil lamps and things like that.
What did you hear when he said barrel of oil? What did you think?
I assumed it, it'd go in a generator or something.
Yeah, that's what it's for, I think. Right. Okay.
No, they used the oil for like the lights, basically.
Oil lamps.
Oil lamps. And it had hot water, and that was basically it.
Well, this is going all over that beastie. I'll tell you that for free.
Okay, so I'm going to roll for Bill. Okay, so the monster's now closing in, and Bill's kind of entering a state of panic. He's like, "Oh my god!" Like he's just freaking out now because his attempts have been noble, but it's not really seemed to have done much. So now the full weight of what's happening is kind of weighing down on him, and he's on his back. Tries to go for another shot with a shotgun out of panic, and it completely misses. Just goes right over the head of this monstrosity as the monster closes in on him.
Look, if it takes a while for him,
fucking Roy was doing anything.
if it takes a while to eat Bill, that might buy us the time we need to kill this thing. I say with my inside voice.
So instead of actually trying to finish off Bill, the thing kind of essentially ignores him and turns towards Charlie, who has been shooting at
I'm
him
not
from the
even
side.
I'm not even on the fucking diagram though.
Yes,
I thought I was way off to. That's
hang
not
on,
me. That's Roy.
Yeah, no. I've one sec.
I thought I was shooting from a very safe distance behind everyone.
Well, you're a fucking coward then, mate. We're all stacked up here.
Yeah, because you're the closest. You're the closest.
What?
So hang on, you can't see.
I
Well,
thought
you can't.
I thought I was fucking sniping him from miles off.
What?
No, no,
What?
here.
With a
Oh, with a
pistol?
When was that ever
What are you
established?
talking about?
Well, not from miles off, but not that I'd be the next target.
You're standing between Bill and Roy, I assume.
Fucking hell, right?
1 sec. You can't see Charlie, can you? For some reason?
We
No.
cannot see Charlie now.
What about now?
There we go. Now I can see him. Yeah.
Right. So you're here, basically
Oh, shite.
next.
Yeah.
You're like 20 yards away. So it's basically Bill is on the ground, and instead of trying to actually just finish off Bill, who's just tried to shoot it and miss, it just this giant mass of a creature just rolls over him, and you can hear his like blood curdling screams as these kind of weird pyramid like wheels that are propping this creature up just crush him. And
Is
you hear
that Bill
the,
dead?
that's Bill
Oh.
has been crushed by this giant creature as it sort of makes its way onto land towards Charlie. Hear that all the bones crack and blood and organs just spew everywhere in the
I'll
space
treat
of
you in
3
a minute.
seconds. So now it's coming towards you, Charlie. It's about 15 yards away from you, so like 12 meters basically. And it's your go.
I'm gonna take my shot, obviously. First of all,
On the eye? The eye, right? You aim.
Yeah, the eye again.
Okay.
Single shot. Can you click aiming for me?
Yeah. You are actually in point blank, but you've rolled anyway, so it's fine.
As a mega hard success.
Okay. So you do a small amount of damage. Again, it's got this sort of metallic skin, but
What?
because
But
you've
I
hit
thought that was around. Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry.
because you've hit the eye, it seems to have done a tiny bit. You know, it's obviously noticed the bullet going to in its eye stalk.
Oh, and now I'm gonna say, hey guys, I think we should maybe back up a little bit as a unit.
As a unit,
This guy's starting to freak me out. You know, he's coming a bit too close, and I don't want him to stab me or anyone else. Of course, let's let him aggro to the zombies.
Roy is still sitting down at this point, and also kind of in the same range as you.
Is anyone else shooting at this thing, or is it just me? Like, what is going on?
I am
here?
aiming.
Roy's tried, dude.
I'm gonna fucking
Bill
die
also
while
tried.
Roy's just been sat on his arse.
Bill's done the most damage, and he's deed now. Right, it's now Evan's turn.
Right. I'll fire my aimed shot.
Okay.
You need to select the aiming for me.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright. I aim at the eye stalk, which well, are they
Yep.
all still up, or is it just two of them?
No, they're all still up.
Okay,
So
anyone.
they've gone through, but they're still there. Right. So it's again, it shrieks out a bit in pain. It's not, it hasn't stopped it to advance, but yeah, you can see one of its eye stalks, the one that you and Charlie both hit, kind of not as perky, not as straight as the other two. It's just kind of like half up, like it's been injured essentially. This eye. And now it's Father John. You're now about halfway there with your.
I'm rolling, baby. Let's go.
For a barrel of oil, desperately trying. You can see the creature essentially on the shore at this point.
I'm gonna, as I'm rolling, I'm just gonna shout, "I've got a barrel of oil."
A barrel of oil. Okay. So it's now Roy's turn.
Oh, Roy!
Go on, Roy, you mad bollocks.
Right. I mean, you can only get so unlucky.
Roy blows Klaus's arm off at the shoulder.
Oh,
Yes!
Hey.
Oh!
right, and then roll for your. You're in the medium range, so it's 2d6 for this.
All right, give me 2 6s, baby.
Okay.
Fucking hell, Roy.
So you hit it square in the body, and the bullets basically just the sort of like
The shot.
the shot just plinks off it in a sort of shower, and doesn't seem like it's done anything at all
You
to.
should throw an assault this lad.
Klaus, it's now you.
I want to. Can I talk my way through this turn? You can tell me if it's doable.
Yeah.
I want to try and do a first aid check to treat his quotation marks back injury. And if I succeed it, he won't get any health, but I get a chance to do a psychology check to get him to get up and get his ass in there. If that makes sense.
I would say you could do a first aid check to pretend that you've helped him, and then maybe a psychology check after to persuade.
Okay.
So just 2 rolls.
I have to persuade myself.
Yeah. So I'd say
let me do
first aid followed by persuade.
First aid.
Right.
Let's get across the first hurdle of doing the first aid.
And we haven't.
We haven't done it, so it doesn't matter.
What sort of doctor are you? Was it with?
I'm desperately trying to
Englishman.
treat the back injury that isn't there, and I waste my turn trying to figure out what's wrong with your back.
Roy, my God.
All I'm saying is, earlier in the session, I was rolling natural fucking ones, and I step within range of Roy, and it turns to shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Roy's luck's not. It's not great, admittedly. So.
Got 70 luck, mate.
At this point, so at this point, the zombie that's on Robert Brophy manages to push Robert over and starts gnawing his throat, and you can kind of hear the blood gurgling as he's trying to sort of scream for help. But the zombie is now firmly on top of him, and Robert, being his age and in his condition, has no chance of getting out from.
This is
from under it.
grisly. This is a
Yeah,
grisly
we made a real
scene.
meal of this one.
The other zombies that were attacking the creature in the lake have since they're trying to follow it, but because it's kind of rolled over Bill and it's now going away from them towards you, they've turned their attention towards you, and now they're slowly also ambling over towards where you are, basically thinking that you're probably an easier meal than this giant thing that's right in front of them. So now you have the monstrosity of the lake that's coming towards Charlie, and 2 zombies are a bit further back, ambling towards you much slower. So it's now Charlie's turn.
I think we've got to try and take out the big con and hope that we've got him to low enough HP that he might be killable within the round, I guess. Otherwise, we're all just going to fucking die anyway, so...
Don't forget the secret weapon.
What's the
A
secret
barrel of
weapon?
oil. We're going to burn the fucker.
Oh,
He's a water Pokemon.
true.
They hate fire.
It's the other way
Pokemon
round.
famously actually love fire, I'm afraid.
The other way around.
They simply are not affected by it.
Well, that's ridiculous.
The zombies, as he said, they're really slow. They can take their time.
I mean,
I'll
the thing
just,
is, the primary threat is this big bollocks.
Of course, I will aim at the fucker.
Okay.
I will aim, waiting for him to open his mouth.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll take my shot as soon as he opens his mouth.
Evelyn, it's your grip.
I will also just aim.
Okay. Roy.
Roy is going again.
Okay. This is your last shot before you've got to reload, just FYI.
Right.
Get him, Roy.
Here we go.
Yes,
Yes,
Roy,
Roy.
he's back on form.
After 7 games without a goal.
Back on.
Yes, Roy.
So the creature's like moving towards Charlie, and literally just as Roy takes the shot, it kind of howls in anger. So the bullets are basically almost like in mid-air the moment it opens its mouth and hits it straight. You can see the bullets go straight into the flesh inside the mouth, in the sort of top half, like at an angle into the roof of its mouth, basically, from where you're sitting, Roy. You can see that. And again, it kind of it makes this like shrill cry in pain, and the spikes all over its body start almost pulsating. They're going sort of up and down, all over the place, and it's now focused on you, Roy.
Fucking hell,
You've
no.
angered it.
So
Well,
it's going to.
No one said.
So it's going to with a bit more gusto now. It's kind of putting a bit more into its movement, and it's now trying to close the gap on.
Phase 2.
Right.
On
Well, now he's just coming
Roy.
into Roy
So-
range.
So
You're out of shells, though.
he's
mate. You're out of
now
shells.
Oh, yeah, sure, reload.
he's now about 20 yards from you, Roy. So you're still sitting down, and it's bearing on you fairly fast.
Okay.
Zombies again are just moving in slowly. They're just basically behind this thing now. Klaus, it's your go, I believe.
Have I really got the worst dexterity? Good lord.
You might do.
70.
No, you're not here yet.
You're
so...
not here yet. You're not in the fight,
I
so
thought I
your
was
dex
here.
counts doesn't really matter.
No. I'm doing your turns off.
Oh, I see.
Combat,
I
so
thought I was close.
You're gonna arrive. You're gonna arrive very soon.
I think I have to keep trying to treat this back injury, right? I have to get Roy on his feet, no matter what. Even though the back injury doesn't exist.
On your feet, soldier!
And so after struggling for 2 turns with the most fiendish back injuries ever shot, he's going to try again.
What's your psychology actually?
My psychology is 58, so
You could either try for a normal first aid into a normal psychology, or a straight up hard psychology to try and persuade him.
I'm doing normal first aid. I believe in Dr. He can treat the untreatable. He can find the hidden. Let us roll. Fuck!
Yes,
He cannot.
Dr. Klaus. Yes. Fuck.
It's absolutely pogging off. We've got a literal
a
doctor who
97,
can't.
then an 82, then an 89.
Okay. At this point, Father John is rocking up with the barrel of oil.
Yep.
There you go.
So what I would do is I'm just going to quickly scoot things over just to make a bit of room on the old board. So you've rocked up now, and you're about 10-20 meters behind the rest of the investigators as they're trying to shoot this
Right.
giant creature.
Here's the plan. I'm going to take the cap off the barrel of oil and boot it so it rolls towards the creature. And when it gets partway there, I'm going to light the oil at this end, and it's going to go whoomp and set fire.
You've got to do with the cigar. You've got to do the cigar into the.
Of course, of course.
Oh yes.
Okay, so you're going to try and
I'm going to open the oil so it's going goop goop goop.
Okay,
goop,
so the
and then
oil's-
I'm rolling it.
Okay, so the thing is that because this is, you have to roll it some distance before it gets near the creature.
Okay.
So you could either.
Should I wait till I get closer? I don't know how far away am I? Far enough away that I think this is just going to fucking stop.
So if Roy and Chai are about 15 meters away from the creature.
So I'm about 25 away.
And you're about 20, 25. So you would have to probably, if you wanted to roll it into it, you'd probably have to get around 10 meters.
I'll roll it closer. I'll roll it closer. But I'm opening it now. Because I don't want to have to do that at the last second. That way, if something happens to me, plan is still on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think if something happens to you, we have 2 people aiming their pistols right now, and you're going to have to go down to like a witness me bonfire.
I'm tempted to do that. Don't you worry. I mean, you know, I don't like being this close to water, but water and oil don't mix, and me and Cthulhu monsters don't neither. So you're going down, you big bollocks! And I'm gonna roll the oil. I'm rolling the barrel.
Okay. All right. So you're making your way towards the creature with the barrel. It's not really paying attention to you just yet. It's more focused on Roy and
it'll
Charlie.
see it in a moment. Don't you worry.
Yeah. So, at this point, the zombie that was attacking Robert is now dead, and the zombie gets up and essentially sees Roy and Klaus in kind of close proximity, around sort of 15 meters. So now it's ambling slowly towards Roy, who is lying down, as is the monstrosity that's also coming closer. So, Charlie, it's your go. So we're doing one more round, and then it's up to Father John to decide what's going to happen with you.
So I've taken my aim. I've waited for him to open his mouth, and I've seen him open it a bit. So I'm going to take my shot.
Mm-hmm.
Single
Aiming.
shot. Aimed.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Nice.
That was like a mega hard success, wasn't it? I don't know.
No, it's just a hard success.
Oh.
Alright. Yeah, decent amount of damage. So you just wing it straight into its mouth again, basically where Roy aimed, but more to the side, like in the cheek. So it catches it in the cheek as it's going for Roy with its mouth open. And at this point, it stopped kind of making noise. It's just the sort of metallic hum is now deafening at this point. It's getting really, really loud.
Always getting there.
It's now Evelyn's turn.
I'm gonna use my aimed shot to hit the zombie that's closest to Roy.
Okay. Yep. It's you have to do a it's not in base range of 15 yards. So you'll have to do the with a penalty, 1 penalty die.
Which just negates the aim, right?
Yeah. So you can just do single shot base range, it's fine. It's a regular roll. Oh! Extreme success.
Jeez.
Fucking Evelyn.
Jesus. Yeah, so you've one shot. You've literally one shot this zombie. It just goes again like the zombie in the workshop, just goes straight through its eye and out the back of the head, and brains kind of erupt out the back, and water just inside its head just like gushes out at the same time, and it just falls flat on its back and stops moving. Very nice. It's now Roy's turn.
Go on, Roy.
Roy needs to reload.
Roy the reloader.
Roy does need to reload. So if you're going to reload, the creature is getting close to you. So
Roy's going to try and convince himself that he can get up. God damn it.
So yeah, I mean you can get
persuade.
Try and get yourself back a bit. So you're just going to retreat away a bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Klaus.
Well, my patient has miraculously recovered and stood up. What am I going to do?
Distract it so I can get this barrel of oil at it.
I'm going to continue to back away with Roy, making sure to keep his splendid bulk between the monster and me, whilst whispering to him, I can support you, Roy. Lean against me if you need to.
Okay. And then Father John, it's up to you now.
We're rolling. I'm gonna take the cap off the barrel and roll it towards this beast.
Okay. So it's coming towards Charlie. So I think you kind of like pass Charlie a bit, and you give it a boot. Can you give me a strength roll?
Go on, John.
Oh. So you managed to, with one massive push from your leg, all your power goes into this leg. It rolls over a tiny little knoll in the in the grass, and it gives it a bit of extra momentum, and it tumbles kind of towards the. If it was looking straight ahead, not on the side, but sort of on the front, more to the left, so it's near the sort of lakeside, and it's basically parked sort of underneath the not underneath the creature, but right at its front.
Okay, and then I'm gonna flick my lit cigar into the trail of oil, and once I've seen it's lit, I'm gonna turn my back and start walking back towards the car.
Okay, so yep, so you're gonna throw the cigar. You're gonna do the cigar.
Well, no, so because I've opened it, there's like a trail of oil across the ground, so I'm gonna light it with the cigar.
Yeah.
And as soon as I see the trail is lit, that's when I turn my back and walk to the car.
Okay. You're gonna walk to the car.
I'm walking.
Right. Okay. Okay. So the oil is Father John. He lights the oil, and it's like the best terrain because it's like kind of watery mud. So it gets to about halfway, and Chai, it's your turn now. So you've basically got about 10 seconds to do something before.
Say your prayers, monster! I say, lighting it.
I have. Wait, I have. It's my turn. Did you say?
Yes,
I've got 10 seconds before what?
Before the flame from the oil reaches the barrel that's at the monster's
cool.
base.
What, the barrel is right at the monster's base, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe shoot the barrel.
Yeah, that's what I'm tempted to do. I don't want him to I don't want him to fire to shoot any splinters and just like kill anyone as like a last ditch attempt. So I might just try and shoot the barrel. That's alright.
Yeah. Well, you could. I mean, you guys are close. You guys are within.
Oh really?
You're like 15. You're 15 meters away from this oil can at this point.
Shit.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm ditching, bro.
Yeah.
Not gonna
probably
lie.
makes sense.
I'm walking quite quickly, by the way.
I
just wanted to look cool for a moment.
So,
do I have to roll Dex or something?
No. You're just cool. If it's just out in the open, you're fine. So you're just gonna back out. Evelyn.
I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I assume Roy and Kaos probably also try and do the same.
Yeah.
I stop supporting Roy and start running as fast as I can.
Right, I'm just going to try and get on the other side of the tree to where the explosion would be.
Sure.
Klaus, remembering the valuable lesson of leaving Sarah behind to die, heads for the hills.
Okay.
Your mistake is I won't die, and I will punish you later for this.
So the monster is still making it's chasing after Charlie, but obviously Charlie is much faster than it, and the flame is now reaching the barrel. So Ted, if you want to roll us a 4d10.
Oh lordy.
Go on, Ted, mate.
4d10 dies.
Ready?
Yeah. All right.
20.
Only 2 more damage than Evelyn did with a pistol shot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has armor, but the flame reaches the barrel and it just explodes like a giant fireball. You feel the heat wash over all of you as your backs are turned to this thing. It just like mushrooms into the sky and kind of like almost like sears your skin because you guys are so close that the heat is brutal on your skin. But because you've got a tiny bit of distance, the force of the explosion essentially pushes everyone other than Roy, who's already kind of hiding. You all get knocked down by the force of the explosion, and this creature is just absolutely screaming in agony, and the sort of front part of it is now on fire. So bits of it underneath the sort of front where its mouth is going under its belly is now on fire, and the creature is now trying to sort of back its way back into the lake. So it's not dead, but it's taken so much damage from your shots and the barrel that it's now trying to retreat back into the lake. Zombies have just been utterly obliterated by the explosion. So now it's up to you what you
finish it off. Finish the fucker off.
You try to finish it off, or skedaddle.
We got to get a kill here, lads. Think of the XP. It might have loot.
Think of the sanity.
Yeah,
True.
we got to kill the fucker. Roy's reloaded.
Roy has reloaded. So Charlie, it's your go.
Yeah, I'll take a fucking shot at the cunt. Why not? He's pretty vulnerable everywhere now, right? Because it's all on fire.
He's not vulnerable everywhere, but his body's on fire. So as long as you shoot sort of mouth belly area, then
yeah. Well, that's of course right aim. So I just take my fucking shot.
Nice.
Yes.
Right. So another shot straight in the almost like where its throat would be, sort of like underneath the flap of its mouth, going into its chest. Just goes straight in, and there's like a metallic ooze is now sort of oozing out of some of the bullet wounds that you have inflicted over the few minutes you've been fighting this thing. It's like a ferrous iron type thing, where you can see the sort of small shards of iron just sort of coming out of this creature. It's now Evelyn's turn.
I'll also shoot it.
Okay.
No.
Oh. Unlucky.
That is rough.
So yeah, unfortunately, you shoot at the same time that Charlie does, and the moment the creature sort of shudders when Charlie hits, the bit that you are aiming for in its jaw, essentially it moves out the way, and the shot just goes straight past.
Roy's going for it once
Go
again.
on, lad.
Right, Roy, you've had 2 on the trot. Let's make it 3. Yes, baby.
Oh yes, Roy.
Blammo. That's a blammo.
That's decent. We take the 8.
All right. So Roy, as you shoot the you need to. Oh no, you're fine. You shoot straight into the mouth of this creature, and it almost like slumps to the ground. Its like face kind of falls to the ground as another round of like bullets enter its head. It's still a lot. You can see like the spikes still pulsating, so it's still kind of alive. But you can see that you kind of brought it down. It's almost on its last legs, if it hadn't he, and it's now in a serious state of it's in a bad way. So
Okay.
yeah, it might
Finish
be
him,
able
lads.
So it's now Klaus's turn.
Oh, Klaus with the killing blow.
Klaus lethally injects it.
I have no weaponry nor any desire to use any weaponry. I simply shake my head sadly at the terrible waste of what we could learn from this creature. But it's what a waste. And pass my turn.
Okay, you're going to pass. Okay, so you'll be.
Yeah.
So it's Father John.
I'm just gonna. There's chuck a rock at it or something. I've got nothing to do really. I'll just.
No, you could throw a rock.
Yeah, I'll chuck a fucking rock at it. Why not?
A fucking rock at it.
Hey-ya!
Yeah, brawl. Yeah, brawl.
Brawl, not throw.
Isn't there a throw?
I'm not brawling it.
Well, throw is basically if you're trying to. It depends if you're trying to aim, then it's throw.
I'm
if
just
you're
chucking something at it.
So indiscriminately throwing is brawl.
All right.
Otherwise, if you're aiming, it's throw.
Hey-ya! Oh.
That's a great throw.
Alright. And roll for damage.
Well,
just do a 1d3.
Just do a bare fists.
Yeah.
Hey-ya! 4.
This is the killing.
Alright. So just like you throw it and it just hits it on the head and bounces off.
I'm helping.
So in the last, as it's still dying, it's going to try one last ditch attempt. So it kind of its eyes swivel towards Charlie.
Fuck. Why me?
You've shot it a bunch.
You're the closest.
It's got the biggest target to aim at. That conch.
Yeah, that's fair. You give me a piercing.
Yeah, I mean, me, Evelyn, and Klaus have actually got half cover behind it.
If only that were true.
So
is he gonna fucking shoot me? Am I gonna be the only one to lose HP on this run?
Oi, I've been damaged.
So and it shoots like one of these spines kind of pulsates for a split second and then just ruptures from its body, and you hear like this whirring metallic sound, like a really high sort of shrill as it screams through the air and gets you right in the shoulder with this.
Can I not dodge?
No, because it's a projectile.
Isn't there isn't there like that special thing I can do to like just initiate a dodge? You can't dodge a projectile.
Isn't that right. You'd use your turn for dodge? You dodge a bullet.
Famously, people can dodge bullets when they're in midair.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, but we're not talking.
I activate my Agent Smith Matrix mode.
Sorry, we're talking about a gigantic fucking like spine.
Yeah, but it's shooting at you like a needle. Like it's like a needle firing out of a gun. Basically, is what it is. So it's.
How much health?
Well, yeah, obviously I knew it was coming. I studied the angle, and so.
Right.
Just tell me how much health.
5. Yeah, it hits you right in the shoulder. 5 damage.
5 damage. Jesus. He's on his last legs.
Okay, now Charlie, it's your go.
Which shoulder did it hit? That's important.
His left, surely.
Doesn't matter if you're the doctor.
Because then the hero gets
it matters for the shots Charlie's about to take. Is what shoulder's been hit.
I'm gonna go stand behind someone and take a shot.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
He's not the hero we deserve or need.
Okay.
I stand behind Big Roy.
Okay, right, yeah.
The biggest target.
Even if he's behind a tree, it's only partial cover though, because his nose is sticking out. So
yeah, that is true. You can always hit.
Yeah, I like that he didn't say you stand behind the tree like Roy did for the explosion. He said stand behind someone.
We're in a forest. He takes cover behind a teammate. What a lad.
So yeah, Charlie, your shot misses. Roy moves at the last moment, and just kind of makes you change your shot.
It's pinned on me once again.
You've entered the Roy failure zone. Look on the map.
That's so true.
What were you thinking?
Roy's been popping noobs recently.
Evelyn, it's your go.
I'm gonna shoot again. Please.
Okay.
let
Get
this
over
be the
here,
end.
Evelyn. Get over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move towards Father.
Come towards Father John Carver.
Carver.
The holy
First.
aura. This is my like a paladin's aura. Get in here. You get +1.
I've got like pudges of rot around me. That's mine.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Finish him. Nice.
Okay. Right. So it goes straight in the gob, in the roof of the mouth, and now there's like blood basically gushing, or you imagine it's blood. It's metallic blood kind of gushing from its mouth, and like a stream of it is essentially falling out of the mouth of this creature onto the mud around it, kind of sort of shimmering like it has life of its own almost. And now the thing is just whimpering at this point. So it's
Is it not doing anything?
It's whimpering. It's still the spines on it are still pulsating, so like very slowly. So you probably have maybe like it's really at its last.
What if we went and got
I've been
another
about
barrel of
5
oil?
times already. It's been on its
Roy.
last legs for about 15
Roy.
years.
No,
Roy's
it's been on
up.
its last legs for one turn. Roy, it's your go,
Roy's gonna get him. God damn it.
I believe.
Yes, Roy.
Woo!
He's actually taken the luck of everyone around him. Just siphoned it.
All right.
Okay.
Ah, damn it, Roy.
No, that's so. Your shot is a bit shaky, so half, it's not like, well aimed right in the mouth, but basically plonks it right in the sort of lip, like where the upper lip is, and some of the like goes just straight down his throat almost and around its eyes, and after kind of this weird sort of sound it makes, like metal on metal, and it just kind of sags into the ground, and the stalks on its head just all flop down immediately right in front of its mouth. The needles kind of slowly but surely just stop pulsating, and you can sort of see rust almost immediately begin to appear in patches on its body, and the fire that was sort of engulfing it around its base is now kind of taken sort of spreading a bit around its base.
Quick,
So
Roy, get a
yes,
picture of it. No one will believe this.
Yes, get in there, the
It-
schnoz.
you can safely say that it's almost certainly dead at this point.
While Roy's
Yeah.
getting a picture of it,
I'm not
gonna-
getting a
Can I
picture.
roll photography
Sorry.
to take my picture?
Charlie, get a picture of it. I'm gonna get that other barrel of oil and make sure. So I'm gonna get the other barrel of oil.
Hey,
Easy.
You don't need to roll photo.
Klaus, do you want to get any of its
Get
its
some of that
lovely
muck
blood?
in a fucking test
We don't-
tube.
We
Can be
don't
like
need to be
Quicksilver.
rolling this stuff. I think more importantly, I have to try and treat Charlie the Schnoz McLean,
Oh yeah.
who's taken
Oh,
a
yeah.
who
No, that is fair.
took 5 points of damage straight through the shoulder, and with his other arm immediately takes out a camera to start taking photos.
Yeah.
So, man, I am going to get that other barrel of oil because you said there were
Yep,
two,
sure.
and I'm
Yep.
rolling it down here just to make
Right.
sure we fucking end this
Yep.
thing. Oil everywhere, and then I'm going to do the cigar toss from a safe distance.
But I mean, before Ted does that, I'm gonna try and poke around in it to see if there's actually like anything of intrigue.
Okay, so Klaus, do you want to do your
I want to do first aid
right
I
now.
believe it's- Yeah.
All right. So
Fuck you.
Charlie, you can heal one health here.
Big.
And then Father John's going to get the oil. Evelyn, what do you want to do? Bear in mind the obviously both the Brophies are dead and this creature, and there's still a zombie potentially in the workshop. But other
Well,
than that,
there's two zombies because I don't think Charlie the Schnoz McLean finished off the guy we're searching for down in the basement, did he?
No.
no, he didn't. That's true.
So we
yeah.
got
No,
we
he's
still got to
technically
secure.
alive.
Obviously, I don't
We need
actually know
to
that in
cough
character, but
Yeah.
we
It's a
do.
topic. We're just gonna bring him back to his dad like that.
We're gonna have to bring him back to his dad as a
Well, no,
zombie.
he might have been. He might
Obviously,
have been
there were
under a
some
spell. He
complications.
might
Dagger
have been
sticks
like
out of his
under
head.
a. Bro, he might have been like under a spell or some shit.
He is dead though, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's unalive. I'd say that. He's still moving around.
Unalive.
He can like young Frankenstein. He can learn how to learn his table manners again.
He'll be singing "Putting on the Ritz" in no
Putting
time.
on the Ritz. Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything to loot off of Bill or William?
Jeez,
you can nick his shotgun. You could nick his shotgun.
Bill. Well, the thing is that
He got crushed.
his corpse and everything on him have just been obliterated by.
Have a look at his
However,
room. See
Sarah-
if there's any clues to who the fuck he
Yeah.
was.
We also haven't been in room 5.
We also don't know what happened to
what's Jacob doing
to
this whole time?
the other lad.
Jacob is missing at the moment. You don't know where Jacob is.
Presumed dead.
I want to take Robert's wheelchair.
What for?
Robert's wheelchair is not here at the moment.
No,
He
no,
walked
his
here, remember?
wheelchair's at the house. I know.
Yeah.
I wanna
What do
take
you
it.
want it
gonna
for?
do with that?
We're gonna put it in the boot in case someone has a leg injury in the future.
Oh my
Mate,
God.
my car boot does not have space for this wheelchair.
It definitely does.
It's not going to fold up. It's
The wheelchair can be the sidecar.
1923 or
I'm
something.
sure they have.
The wheelchair could
Yeah.
be the
It will
sidecar.
we'll gaffer tape it to the motorcycle and just hold on tight.
Okay,
They didn't make like collapsible wheelchairs. I'm sure it was just like a
Oh,
big
they
rickety
must
old
have.
thing. No, mate.
Right, let me Google.
Oh,
What?
right.
He's
He's metagaming. He's metagaming.
actually just metagaming.
We don't need a fucking wheelchair.
We're not taking the wheelchair. Or every other character's putting their foot down. We're not taking a wheelchair.
Taking a wheelchair. Do
Unfortunate.
you want to get all the number plates while we're there as well? Just in case. You know.
Just in case.
Are those?
Mate,
Are they,
that's so
what are the
mean,
rugs
you know?
like?
That's
Because
so
we
mean.
can stick the rugs back at the Clyde. I'm just
That's the
thinking.
worst part.
Father John, why don't you put the second barrel in the car with us, just in case we run into
Yeah, in
another
case
big
we
monster?
need
This
some
is
oil.
fucking
Yeah, do you know,
watermelon
have
gate all over
So,
again.
no, that's a good idea about the rugs because I can use those to get more renters for my property empire that I'm going to start.
So, okay, quickly, everyone can gain 1d10 sanity
Oh,
for
please God.
destroying this hideous creature.
Come on. That's alright. Fuck it.
Oh,
Oh, 7.
7, a
Oh,
9.
Baby. Oh, a 10!
Oh, 10!
Oh.
Can I? Okay.
Is that so? My sanity goes up to 55.
Yeah, your sanity goes up by 10.
Okay. And what about my daily? That stays the same, right?
Yeah.
So
Mine is
so hang
53.
on. So my current sanity is 45.
Mm.
So if I put it up to 55,
Yeah.
that's not really taking into account my base sanity, is it? Or is it
How do you mean?
permanently down by 45?
No, so it's 45 out. It's basically for your rolls, right? So, your sanity, you regain sanity when you sort of believe that you have overcome
Right.
sort of cosmic horror. So, yeah, you'll have like more instilled confidence, but it basically just means your roll is now going to be 55 out of 94.
But I already lost 7 today, so I don't get that back as well as the 10. I just get 10
you just gain
total.
10.
the daily is separate from your.
That's
current
just
sanity.
keeping track of how mad I've gone today. Okay. So my
If you
sanity is back
hit-
up to 55. That's not
If
too
you hit
shabby.
the daily cap, which is a fifth of your
Yeah, you go
current
bonkers.
sanity, you go indefinitely insane,
Okay.
which means you're like basically.
Well, it was very
always bad.
close. It was close,
Yeah.
team. Yes. All right.
So everyone can do that, and then the Klaus has just treated Charlie. Father John's gone to the workshop to get oil. Evelyn, what did you say you wanted to do?
If there's any remnants of Bill or William,
His room. Check his room.
or yeah, check room 6 and room 5.
So you could search the corpse. There's Sarah's corpse, William's corpse is half eaten, and Robert's corpse is pretty much intact. So you could search through those. To be honest, other than a few loose bits and bobs, like William has a key on him, and Sarah's just got a bit of loose cash and her car keys, and Robert doesn't really have anything on him whatsoever.
Let's fucking get the car home, pawn it off. Boom.
True.
That's like a free 500 at least.
Roy and Charlie, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna look around, look at the cosmic creature and see if there's anything of note.
So at the moment, it's just kind of sort of semi on fire. It's starting to rust around the sort of around the mouth and bits of the back. But there's also a pool of sort of metallic blood that's kind of growing larger and larger as it drains out of this creature. But yeah, you don't really see anything that you could potentially. There is still a spine that was ejected into Charlie, so that would probably be the only thing that you could reasonably handle, but you don't know what would happen if you were to
I don't
touch
care
it.
enough. All right, I'm gonna go. In that case, so long as my back is, I don't care about my back. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go check out. I guess I'll just go with Evelyn and check out the 2 rooms that we haven't checked out.
Okay. Right. So in which case, you guys end up. You're looking at room 5
Can I do
or
the same? Can I do the same? Because there's nothing else to do otherwise.
5 and 6. Okay.
Also, we might want to take a look at that guy in the workshop. See what he's up to.
Yeah. So you've got room 5, room 6, and you also haven't searched the sort of front part of the house, with like where William and Robert used to live as well. So you search room 5, room 6. This is Bill Dunson's room. Other than his sort of possessions, he's got like just mostly clothes and things like that. There's nothing really of note in Bill's room. In room 5, other than the fact that it opens into the workshop, the room actually looks like it's not used at all. It's spotless. So there's no actual evidence that Robert was sleeping here. There's no possessions or anything. It's basically like one of the normal rooms from any of the other rooms in the motel.
In the workshop, you said there were jars with metallic needles and yellow fluid.
Yeah.
Can we take those?
Yes, you can. Yeah. So you go into the workshop. The zombie underneath the cloth has just stopped. It's no longer animated. So, it's just lying there underneath the cloth. You can take the jars. There's 3 left now, I think, because Roy destroyed 1.
You guys realize that if this zombie is deanimated, check if it's just a dead body now.
Yeah, so if you
remove the sheet,
take the sheet off, and it's basically how it was when you fought it. It's like a rank deceased.
Okay, so we couldn't have saved that kid either way. Damn.
And okay, so Father John, you're at the creature now.
Yeah, I'm just cremating it with the barrel of oil.
Okay, so you're just gonna properly try and
burn the fecker, yeah.
Make sure it's dead. And then Klaus, what are you gonna try and do?
I'm curious to how these zombies were made. Can I study the needle that the creature fired, or study the zombie corpses or something like that?
You could. Which one do you want to do?
Let's start by studying the zombie corpses. See if there's anything I can learn there.
Do a medical roll.
Medical roll. Right, 1 second.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry, this is for the corpses or the needle?
This is for the corpse.
Okay. So this is for one of the zombies, and essentially you see there's the hole where the spine must have gone into the chest, basically where the heart is, and the heart is no longer there, so it's almost like it's been punched out. And around the hole there's all these sort of red lines. You can't really decipher what that means, but there's almost sort of signs of iron and rust around the ring. So it's basically the needle goes into the heart, pretty much instantly kills the person that it goes through, and then just leaves this hole. That's all you can really deduct from it.
Fascinating.
Did you want to do the one for the needle as well?
I'd like to examine the spine as well. Yes, please.
Okay. What do you have any in natural?
I don't have any in natural world. No, I can roll it anyway if you want.
No, roll me a hard medicine. Okay, so you can't really see much about this thing. It's bizarre, but it seems like it almost is a combination of organic and inorganic material at the same time. So, but other than that, the only thing you can really see is that at the very, very tip of where the needle is, there's almost like a small hole, as if it was actually like a medical needle that injects something.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's completely alien to you, so there's nothing else you can discern from it.
I'll store the needle for later times.
When you say store, how are you going to do that?
Oh, that's a good point. Give me a minute to think about that.
So back to lads in room 5. Anywhere else you wanted to check out?
Yeah, check out their offices and that.
Okay. So you're going to go into the living quarters, right?
Yeah.
So go in. It's pretty standard. There's just a sofa, coffee table, clocks, all the.
Well, we should take
stuff.
all this furniture in the sidecar because Greg's flats are going to need that. Do them up right nice.
Employer.
So there's just a bunch of random stuff like.
Is there a phone anywhere, by the way?
Well, there's no electricity.
No, there's no electricity.
Well, yeah, but the electricity is provided by the phone line, isn't it?
No, there's no electricity. The only thing there is are lights that are powered by oil, like oil lamp.
I'm just saying, like if you have a power cut, your phone still works. Like you don't need electricity in your house for the phone to work. Just saying.
Right.
What?
If you
there is no phone.
There's no phone. Would be the.
Let's just say there's no phone.
You don't need electricity in your house for the phone to run.
Sure.
Trust me.
Oh, I see. No, but they're off grid. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Like, yeah, my bad. They're off grid. Like they don't have any.
Okay.
Sorry, there's no electricity. They just don't have. So there's a waste paper basket that catches your eyes. You go in and
look good in the flat.
So you have a quick. This will be who wants to. We'll just make it available. It looks like it's a page from the guest book.
Ooh, that is a tasty burger. Where is it?
It's under clues.
Don't see it.
Oh.
Guestbook page.
There it is.
Yeah.
Why can't I see it?
Guess. Abe Hickey. Room 4, December 30th. Jacob Trent. Room December 31st.
There they are.
A. Smith and
stream,
J. Smith. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, room 4, January 8th.
Yeah, that's them. That's the couple, Bonner and Fraser. Surely.
James Fraser, room 1, January 8th.
Oh,
Bonner,
maybe not.
room 7, January 13th.
Okay, I take it back.
Bill Dunstan, room 6, January 19th. January 14th? 19th? 14th?
14th.
So are we saying that 2 of these zombies are Smith? Jacob
Smith.
Trent's managed to survive here for over 2 weeks.
He's also gone missing right now after Sarah was captured.
Behind it all.
So can I get a?
Where's Jake? Oh, Jake.
Can I get a listen check from everyone in the reception?
Oh,
Jacob's gonna be fucking crying his eyes out, isn't he?
listen.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that was almost a 12. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck off.
There's only. Oh no. So...
Yes, Roy.
Yes, Roy.
What's Roy? Roy, you hear like the squeak of a bed from next door, room.
He's having a wank in
room
there.
one.
Shocking.
I'm gonna
Room-
fucking march into room 1.
Room 1. So you go into room 1, and basically Jacob, you can see Jacob's face peering out from underneath one of the beds, and he's like pale as a ghost. He's kind of terrified, and he sees you, and he kind of almost breathes a sigh of relief. He rolls out from under the bed, and he's just sort of babbling random stuff. He's trying to tell you about how something took Sarah away, and other than that, he didn't really see what happened, but he hid under the bed when the door started to get knocked down. So he's kind of, I wouldn't say mad. He's babbling stuff. He's not really making much sense other than that. So he's not really in a.
I'm gonna
So
say to the doctor, I've got another one for him. Actually, he's not even here yet, is he?
I'm not there yet, no.
I'm just gonna give him a sit down on the bed and
Brew him a nice proper cuppa.
just flick him in the forehead.
Okay, so you're gonna check out William and Robert's rooms as well, right?
Yeah.
So in William's room, there's a bed, wardrobe, bedside table, the shower room, and underneath his bed there's a iron lockbox, which I think Evelyn has the key.
Yes.
So you open up the lockbox, and there's a ton of loose cash, around $1,200 of loose cash in William's lockbox, which you probably assume that it was just taken from the people that they murdered, essentially.
Are we splitting that, or
We should have some guy managing the group money. So you can do that if you want.
You could split that. What? It's 5 ways, and then
It's honestly much easier to just have someone manage fun that we can use for group stuff.
yeah?
It's just
true.
gonna get
Well,
two
we'll just
A's.
make that. We'll make that the group fun then.
but
Yeah.
someone write it in their diary, and then
Yeah, so I'm saying someone's in
I
charge.
can
yeah.
keep track of that.
I'm sure Klaus will handle the money.
I would
Yeah.
be delighted to keep track of the money.
I
so
do
it
have
was-
some
it was-
skill in accounting, so I will.
How much-
Yeah,
how much
my cred
Roy
rating is
is
30.
taxi drivers for some reason that get accounting. So
So how much was the total that we got here?
$1,232.
1,232. You say?
Yep.
Group 1,232.
hang on a minute, these books don't balance up.
And then in Robert's bedroom, it's wide open, obviously, where he came out. Instead of a bed, there's just a giant crate that's sort of half open, where essentially he would just be lying in his wheelchair, and his wheelchair is still in the crate.
Jeez.
There's a bookcase against the wall that has a bunch of random books, but one of them is kind of standing out in that it's placed on the top shelf of the bookshelf, but on its side as opposed to propped up. So who wants to take a look at this?
Surely I've come back now and can have a look at this.
Yeah, yeah,
I haven't done
you can have
anything for 25 minutes or so. I'm going to have a look at the book.
What? You blew up the monster, mate.
Yeah, but that was like 20 minutes ago. Everybody's found money, furniture, rugs.
Okay, so yeah, Klaus and Father John show up. You find this tome. It's called Revelations of Galarkey, Volume 6.
Oh, gosh. I needed this one.
So, what you do with the tomes is that you can take a quick scan through the tome to see what it's about, and it will slightly raise your Cthulhu Mythos skill.
Okay, is there a chance I go insane reading this thing?
Yes, you will have to roll a.
Well, I'm gonna say maybe we should have a look at this when we get back home and not read it now.
I would be delighted to read the mysterious tome.
Go for it.
You want to read it? Okay.
I'd love to read it, yeah.
My heart's not in it today, fellas. I need a rest and a bit of praying.
Roll me a sanity 1d3.
That could have pushed me over the edge. I could have gone batshit crazy.
So just roll 1d3.
Yeah.
That's 1d4, 1d3.
Nice.
Okay. So, kind of a bit as you're scanning through it, it's kind of like a bizarre, like book of instructions on how to summon a creature that is called in the book Galarki. That's GLA''AKI, and it details the sort of parts about how to create an avatar of Galarki in a large body of water. Avatar is basically almost like a copy of the original, a lesser version of the original. So this book details how to create a avatar of this monstrosity. So if I'll up your Cthulhu Mythos by 1.
Oh yes.
And you can see inside the book there's a couple of spells that you kind of glance at that you could, with some time, learn about these spells. And in total, to read the entire book will take you about 4 weeks, and the same to learn the spells. But just from glancing at it, the spells that you can see, again, you don't actually know what these do at this point.
Yeah.
But there's one that's called Call Upon the Water Slumberer, and another one that's called Gather the Abundance of the Sea.
I don't want anything to do with these water-based spells, so I'm glad Klaus has got it.
So, again, don't know what they do just yet, but with some reading, you'll be able to potentially use these or figure out at least what they
That would
do.
give
one of them makes a cup of tea.
So we're basically upgrading Klaus into a cleric at this point.
Yeah.
A spellcasting.
I think a mage.
No, you can't be a mage.
No,
You're a healer.
Still a healer.
I am a healer. That's true. Yeah, cleric.
What are you talking about? You're not qualified to be a mage. You didn't go to mage school.
Exactly.
So I can commit at this point to learning these spells.
You read the book first, and then you'll learn the spells. So it'll take about 4 weeks total.
Okay.
So having rifled through Robert's room, there's nothing else really of interest in here. So up to you what you guys want to do next. But
well, we better go and tell Fraser's dad.
Collect James Fraser's body from down in the dirt.
That's gonna be a bloody pain.
And wait a second, we got to get Bonner out of here as well.
Do we?
Yeah, wait, hold on now, fellas. There are dead people here, and you want to just leave the bodies to be fed on by crows and worms.
Yes.
We bury them and then let the worms eat them, and I'm going to do last rites for poor Bill, because we're not going to be able to bury that, and then we should definitely tell the police.
Why don't we cremate them all in the oil barrel fire?
I think that would be illegal.
So bear in mind regarding calling the police, always, if you can't explain what happened without like not necessarily evidence, but it runs the risk of them not believing you, depending on.
That's a good idea.
I need to be more.
We don't need to. We don't need to call the police.
Right.
That's not what we're here for.
But we're
here to collect James's body.
But we have to bury these people. We're not leaving these bodies above
We have to
ground.
bury these people, otherwise questions will be asked.
Well, we should bury them.
No one's been out here in ages.
Wait, our names aren't in the guest book, are they?
No.
All right, let's keep it that way. All right, well, I want
execute Jacob where he stands.
Definitely going to say last rites. I'm going to hope that someone can help me bury these dead bodies, because we can't just leave them here.
Oh, fucking Roy will come out.
Good on you.
Well,
Roy.
someone needs to fix the the cars. Yeah.
Oh, Roy's has to do that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bearing him by myself. I don't care. I'll do it.
Roy's gonna see if he can find some like tools and stuff in the workshop to help him out.
Yep.
I'll go down into the hatch.
Actually,
to
does
get
he
the
have his
body.
toolbox in his car? Maybe he does.
Yeah, it does, right? We're gonna
Klaus is
assume.
going to. Klaus is
Yeah,
going
he
to.
does have his tool set in his car. Okay.
Klaus is going to. Okay, wait. Let me. Klaus is going to get his fishing rod and tackle set out of the car and go fishing.
You
Klaus
want to
is just
go
like a fucking
fishing?
sim.
You want to go fishing in the cursed lake?
My other plan was to sit there reading a book, gently running my fingers across 2 golden coins. So I think I'll do fishing instead. I
Okay.
don't want to go insane just yet.
Good idea.
All right, so so you're heading towards the pier then.
Yes, I'm heading towards the pier. Oh no, I don't like the way you said that.
So as you're heading towards the pier, you kind of like almost fall unconscious in a way, like hallucinate, and you find yourself in this sort of pool of fetid water, underwater, sort of like 30 meters down, and surrounded by all this sort of seaweed. In front of you, there's this bizarre kind of underwater city with black spirals and all these sort of needles coming out of the architecture, with a bunch of corpses of these.
This is what Big James dreamt about.
Shellfish-like creatures with red shells. All their
All
corpses are just littered on the sort of stairs and the paths and all of that. As you float towards the city, there's like a giant glass cylinder, almost like an octagon, but a cylinder. I don't really know how to explain it better, and inside you can see there's 3 pin pricks of light. As you kind of go closer to the glass, you put your hands against it, and the face of the creature that you just killed, the Avatar of Galarki, instantly, like in a flash, just pushes up against the glass and starts chanting some bizarre sort of words that you've never heard of. And in a second, you wake up and you're right on the edge of the pier, like almost like you're about to fall in. Can you roll me a sanity check, please?
Oh,
A sanity check.
Sorry about that, by the way. My PC just turned off randomly.
Right.
Oh, well
it's
done.
It's not letting me rejoin though.
That's all right. We're almost done, I think.
Yeah.
I hope so, because it is 20 past 12.
I needed to go to the toilet for ages.
So if you lose 1 sanity from that, Klaus,
1 sanity?
it unnerves you, but it almost feels like it's essentially not the creature that was in this lake, but almost like it's been sent from somewhere else completely.
From Monster City, deep under the waves.
So we can basically say that you guys have pretty much wrapped up here. It's coming close to the morning now of the day after, and we can assume Roy's managed to fix the car.
I might as well roll for it. I want to fail.
That's a desperate for a stat upgrade.
Like Roy's failed twice. He's
And
gonna get
you know for a fact that Charlie's going to upgrade his photography for the relaxed picture he took of the dead beast.
Oh, of course I fucking.
Oh yes, Roy.
Well,
There we go.
I'll have to do it. I'll have to. Will it save my stuff for next session?
You can't roll. Yeah, but you can't roll for photography here.
No, I already have rolled.
He rolled for photography earlier. Remember when he took a picture of the
Yeah,
dead
but the
corpse?
point is,
Yeah.
I think Munts
You're not
pointed
under
this out
duress.
before. You don't need to roll to just point your camera and click it. I think it's to do with you having to do something sneaky or really clever, and then it requires a roll. You're just taking a photo. I mean, my kids can take photos. They're not photographers.
Anything that you could do normally, not under pressure, doesn't require a roll. Like Roy doesn't actually need to roll to repair a car when he's not under pressure or.
But by God, he can upgrade his stat now.
I know I can.
You already.
Look, I mean, they were sabotaged, so there's got to be some level of technical detail that's gone into that.
The duress of the difficulty.
Yeah.
So basically, all you have to do now is essentially report. You need to come together and discuss what you're going to tell Gerald about James, and if you're going to tell the police or not. But that's pretty much all you care to know about the squatters late.
Lads, well, first of all, Munt, thank you for running this adventure. That was really, really good. Lads, I think that we should just tell him his son drowned at the lake and never tell anybody about this. What do you think?
Klaus votes yes.
Or
Agreed.
do you think if we told him that we'd get the money? Because he's only given us half.
We have found his son for him.
We found
Here's
his body.
the body.
Yes, we
Right,
did.
okay, sure. We give him the body that'll go down.
The one with all the stab wounds on it.
Yeah.
And the missing half.
Quite an odd
knife
lake
in the
to be
head.
drowned in.
wait, it's missing a head.
No, it's got a knife in his head, isn't it?
Well, we'll pull that out.
Well, he was in a boating accident.
Yeah.
Hence the injuries. Obviously, Dr. Klaus can confirm that is the case.
That is true.
Dr. Klaus did attempt to operate, but it didn't go well.
Yeah, and we're very sorry, but he drowned, and his girlfriend drowned too.
And Bill. And
well, no, he doesn't know about them.
No, his
and
girlfriend wasn't here. His girlfriend's still alive.
Yeah, but he might try and find out what happened to her.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's still alive.
No, I thought she was dead, wasn't she?
No.
Well, then
That's
how the fuck?
That's just another.
It's another random girl that died here. Sarah.
Right, so here's the problem then. If Sarah knows the truth and we tell her
Sarah's dead.
Sarah's dead.
So,
Your original suggestion was perfect.
girl's been
Ted. Your
smoking.
original suggestion
so
was
what happened to
absolutely
Fraser's
perfect.
girlfriend? She's dead.
She's still alive.
She's
in the
alive.
city.
She's in
We
the
never
city where she has
interacted with
always
her.
been. We never got to her.
Oh, I thought it was his
you
girlfriend
stopped
that
up
was
at the
there.
motel.
No,
You stopped
no,
at the
no,
motel
no,
and you never
no.
got to her.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got confused. All right, well, crack on then. Yeah, he drowned.
He said the line. He said the line.
No one wants to say anything.
That's it. We crack on.
Yeah.
Drowned.
Right,
There's the body. Money, please. Very boohoo.
We'll
Very
sort
sad.
that at the start of the next
Yeah,
sesh.
yeah.
Nice. Do we do skill ups and shit?
We can do that now, or we can
I can't
do
do mine now. Is the issue? So
All right,
I
yeah,
haven't
we'll do it next
made-
time then. We'll do it next time.
time.
Just
Okay.
remember,
I
we
do
haven't
need
done it.
to, just before we go, we need to lastly do you gain 1d6 sanity for thwarting the brothies at the motel.
Woo! Oh, that's me up to 59.
Can you
baby.
do mine for me, Axel?
Boom.
Klaus is a sanity beast.
And then also 1d6 for saving Jacob Trent.
Oh, damn, that was almost a 6. 62 sanity. Out of a possible 94.
I've only got 45.
I've got 60.
Can you do that for me as well, Axel?
Yeah, have you done it already?
What, me?
No, he's not logged in, mate.
Bro, I'm not in. It won't let me
Yeah.
rejoin.
Okay. I got
And
74.
upgrade my machine gun skill and my
didn't-
flamethrower skill.
So are you gonna re-roll? We're gonna do the skills tomorrow. Next time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
We'll do all that next time. All right. Good stuff.
Right.
That was a long old sesh. Holy cow. That was 4 hours. But it was good. I'm glad we got it wrapped up. Very good. Very good. I'm going to pass out soon, so I shall see you chaps next time. Munt, thank you so much.
Nice.
Bye all.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers for watching. Peace out.